You want to know what guys really think and talk about behind closed doors? Look no further. Welcome to the Other Guys Podcasts. You'll most likely be offended, but you'll probably laugh too. So, enjoy. Podcast. I am Kevin, and today I have Kirk and Murray. What's up?
Hi.
What's up?
Hey guys.
Oh, hey. How's it going? Your mic's good? Your mic's good, Murray?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you're coming in clear. Okay, you're
It
good.
sounds good.
Yeah, okay. So I want to talk about some stuff today because this is a podcast where we talk about stuff. Kirk, you don't have to count me in.
Okay.
We're already. Yeah. Actually, hold on. I want to do a couple of call out stuff because on our Facebook, we had one of our listeners. I don't know if you've been on our Facebook, but because one of our last episodes we were talking about video games and what our favorite video games were and all that stuff. Anyways, Carolyn, basically she was saying her favorite game was Donkey Kong, the original one. Like the OG, as in classic computer OG one.
Well, the original one is arcade.
So Carolyn said she liked Donkey Kong on what was it?
Like some old system.
You said it was like an Amiga?
Coleco? Or
I think might
Or
have
an
been
Amiga?
something
Amiga.
pre
Atari. Was it Atari?
No, before Atari.
Well, the thing is, I'll explain the history of Donkey Kong. It's the very original Donkey Kong was just an arcade cabinet, and then they ported it to other systems, like the Atari.
Yeah, I saw a documentary about Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Well, anyways,
and then the NES eventually got it.
That's her favorite game.
What was that system?
Oh my god!
There's the Amiga, the ColecoVision.
Like if Carolyn's listening,
ColecoVision, and then there's
she's probably like yelling it.
There's the There's the Commodore 64. There's like the Mac 2. All those are like computers of the age. There's not too many else I know of. But.
Right.
Well, I don't think this one is. This one legendary? I can't remember.
No, it's like one of those old ones where what do you call it? They were on both floor. They were on both formats. Or sorry, it was like on a PC.
But was it like the Neo Geo? You know what I mean? Or like the...
Oh, no, the Neo Geo, that's hard to get. Those are expensive.
Because they were just kind of getting there and then they went down.
Well, they were like...
You know what I mean? It was
they were like...
no,
their whole idea was like, what if we just made, at the time, like arcades were way better than like even Super Nintendo. So they're like, what if we just made arcade quality in a system? And it was like $1,000.
Yeah, and then what was the other one?
So many
Dreamcast?
Yeah, Dreamcast. Yeah, that was Sega's last system. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, she said that was her favorite game.
Did you find out what the system was?
I'm trying to get on fucking. I'm trying to get on. I'll look on my phone, but Freedom sucks. I'm just gonna say that right now. I've been having issues with Freedom.
Really?
We'd like to say that Freedom Mobile is not a sponsor of our show.
Interestingly enough, I am with Freedom now.
Yeah.
Because I no longer have a work phone because they can go fuck themselves.
Nice.
And I have 4 bars full LTE on the home network.
I don't know. Maybe because you just got yours, they're treating you nicely.
Yeah,
but I've had mine for about 2 years now, and I know that's the mark when they're starting to like. Oh, okay, you know.
They also had an update on their system, so I noticed that was something I had to go into my LTE settings and update that.
Right.
There's like a kit for that you download, and then it improves like your LTE access. It wasn't originally established.
Right. Hold on, I'm trying to see if I can do this manually through the PC
on the Atom system.
Atom. Okay. Whatever that system was.
Part game console, part computer.
There you go.
Is that a real thing? What was this about?
I don't know. Carolyn says that she has an Atom system, and I got to be honest, I don't know what that is.
It's like the newer version of an abacus, like just a counting machine.
Oh, and also she for finishing off last week, she's says Star Wars all day long.
Yep. Good choice, Carolyn.
Over Star Trek?
I think she gave up on Trek. I think that's her problem. What's your problem, Carolyn? Although she did watch some Star Trek.
Well,
anyways,
I think like Star Trek is on the up and up, and Star Wars is on the down and down because Picard's coming back. Like we got.
Is this even Donkey Kong? She attached.
Listen, it's like Coke and Pepsi.
ColecoVision.
Coleco. Okay.
That's what I was saying. ColecoVision.
All right. Okay. Anyways, that's that. I just wanted to address that because she made the attempt to let us know about those games, and hey, listen, if you like Donkey Kong,
I didn't realize she attached that photo.
And if you like Star Wars, you're good in my book. So there we go. But anyways,
I like Star Wars, but I'm like,
you hear that, Carolyn?
It's chipping away at me, man.
You're getting Kevin's book.
Yes. Anyways, what I want to talk about today, is you ever wake up like in the morning
every
sometimes?
day? Luckily.
Well, you ever wake up when you by the alarm or whatever, and you wake up and you're like.
Night terrors.
And like maybe you have to go into a job.
Like a sweaty night terror wake up.
Is
that what happens?
He's just telling
maybe with somebody standing over you.
I've had night terrors, but no.
I've had people standing over me. I don't like it. I like angry girls.
I don't know. I sleep pretty well because I don't have those issues. So. But no, but here's the thing: you ever wake up and
okay, so just the night terrors. That's what you get. Sweaty night terrors.
No, I'm not talking about night terrors. I'm talking about waking up.
You wake up in the morning
and you have to go to work,
and you hear the alarm clock's warning.
Yeah, you hear the alarm clock. Anyways, you wake up and you're like,
and the bus flies by.
I don't even.
It's all right because you're what?
I don't know what the fuck.
Saved by the Bell.
Oh God!
Goddamn,
great show.
Anyways, what I'm saying is...
it a great show, though, Kirk?
Not really. It's okay.
I like Saved by the Bell. But here's the thing. Jesus Christ. What I'm saying is waking up and realizing you have to go to work. And you're like, fuck, do I really have to? You've ever had that thought in your mind where you're like, do I really have to do this today? Do I really...
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah, so what I'm saying... And I think a lot of people in general, they have that feeling like, fuck, why am I in this thing? So... I sometimes, and I've been playing with the idea, and I think it's a good thing, like, if money was not the issue, if you had $1 trillion...
Or there was no such thing as a currency system, we all could just have whatever we wanted.
Yes. If
it was infinite resources.
I want to say if that was more of... But then, if we're talking about that...
Greetings, fellow human.
We're going into a different...
I would require a Ferrari today.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Would you also like a cappuccino macchiato or whatever?
What I'm saying...
Here is a sex doll to go with your brand new Ferrari.
Hey. Speaking about sex dolls...
we can talk about that after.
Speaking about... No, I want to address this right now because I fucking called it... listen, we've been doing this pod for about a year. I called this about maybe a year ago. Sex doll. What do you call it? Toronto's coming up with their first sex doll
I see his
workshop.
eyes light up like it's Christmas morning.
I'm telling you. I
it's
fucking
like
called it.
Kevin has the look like this is the first thing I got right.
It was in the news. Yeah. Okay. Did you you read about that too?
No, I did some investigating.
Right. Yeah, it popped up. It popped up, and I sent it over to Kevin, and Kevin was well aware of it.
The moment it came broken news, it's in my
But for like people listening, so if you don't know what Kevin's talking about is they are opening up their first or the first in the world, or at least in North America.
But at least yeah.
What is it? A sex shop, but you go, or no,
it's like a brothel.
It's a brothel, but you have sex with fake
dolls,
not
robots. So I might have been off by a couple of years. Maybe we're
not a sex robot.
But that was your prediction that not only would there be sex dolls we'd have sex with,
he
but
said
then
we'd
some
have
people
sex robots
or sex robots. Yeah.
Yes.
So not only would these sex robots be available, but they'll also be a brothel, so people who have less money can go still fuck something that's been fucked before.
Or because of the legalities of things,
there's a market for it.
Because of the legality of things.
Mm-hmm.
Is it illegal to fuck a piece of rubber?
And I said, who wants to be the guy that has to clean up?
Oh, yeah. Listen.
Yeah, I was like, you'll like this joke. My one friend always used to have a joke about like the guy who has the worst job on the like the Star Trek Enterprise is the guy who has to clean up the holodeck after someone's gone in there. It's like, because whatever comes out of you is still in there.
Yeah, so that's right.
Someone's cleaning up cum in the spaceship.
And it all disappears, so there it is.
Look, all I'm just saying is that this is a new industry. It's just these are the
They're the pioneers.
These are the pioneers.
Are they the forefathers of the?
These are going to be the forefathers. Listen, years from now, when when maybe you're an 80-year-old guy and you're listen, your kids and
we both know I'm not living to 80.
Well, listen, you're gonna be hearing about the young guy. Like, listen, instead of them like, oh yeah, I banged this girl in an alleyway, and they'd be like, no, I went to a sex brothel.
I would rather
I fucked her
I'd rather because that's a story. If you're out and you're gonna do that with a girl in an alley, that's a hell of a story. I'm sure you have. The sex doll brothel just doesn't seem,
You know what's funny is you can get two sex robots at the same time, which is to me funny because you're just like, one of them has to watch. You're just like, you like what you see.
Yeah. Do people go in there and be like, I'll take one doll and I'll take two dolls. One's gonna watch.
Yeah, the one's all she's the creep,
Listen, I
want to.
That's my wife. I'm gonna say.
I want to cuck one of these ladies.
Listen,
she's my cuck, and
to the people that are opening this business, I salute you guys. There's gonna be a lot. Listen, the night is always darkest before the dawn.
But so they're opening up this sex doll brothel. So
yes.
Is it like I don't know. A bar? Because I know like a brothel, like you could probably go in and have a drink. I've seen them in movies and the Bunny Ranch and stuff.
I would assume drinks would help.
But you could probably have a drink and like social, and there's a waitress or like girls are around, and then like you can talk to them and then pick one and go.
It would be perfect.
Is this like that, or you walk in and it's just like
I think it's whatever you want it to be. You could be like, listen, I need.
Well, I mean the storefront. Or is it in a house?
This aligns perfectly with marijuana becoming legal, so it can be like
this is gonna be
you can smoke marijuana with your whorebot.
Yes.
They're not robots. They're dolls.
Dolls. For now.
But they're like they're articulated where they can like move their face, right?
Maybe.
Kinda?
I don't
I don't know, man.
Kirk,
so I'm just saying, like, is there some like suction in this thing? Listen, is there any like moving parts?
Turn it on. Kirk, it's like a vacuum. Kirk, you got to turn on the motor.
Oh, Mom, I got my dick stuck in the vacuum cleaner again.
The batteries are fucking dead.
When this thing opens up, you want to check it out for research purposes?
You guys should check it out.
Just to see what it's like, man. I don't know how weird. Listen, I'm not doing.
His answer is yes, he'll go. It's just he's like, why you gotta ask me now?
Why do you gotta ask me on a public forum?
Well, no. Hold on. I want to put on a pressure question for you. Would you rather me and you go to a real life brothel and talk to a real life hooker, or would you rather just go and check out?
Not hookers.
What are they called? Women of. What are they called? What's a
sex worker?
A worker? I'm not sure what like if they're in a brothel.
What are they? They do some type of service.
They do, but are they? Okay, they're not an escort because escorts are supposed to escort.
Escort, yeah. I think it's a whorehouse. So they're
a whore.
They're a whore.
I think the politically correct
make them a hooker.
Wait, are you looking for a politically correct term for a whore?
I'm looking for what they would be called, like a hooker.
Like
or
if
prostitute.
You're
so a hooker's not actually a hooker. It's a prostitute, right? So they're all prostitutes.
But the professionals apparently like to be called sex workers because of the services they offer. It's not just sex. It could be companionship. It could be blah, blah, blah. It could be I put a feather in your butt, whatever,
Okay.
So a lot of them do say that dudes just don't even mess with them. Like dudes just end up talking for a half an hour and then like get out.
Yeah, some guys just need to talk,
Some guy,
okay, so you're gonna go and check this.
Do you want to just go talk to a bunch of robots? Like we're gonna say, I think you'll go for it.
I think I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna see what this shit is about, and I want to be one of those. Listen, man, you know what? Maybe
where is it?
I'm gonna say Bathurst and Steeles.
I say somewhere on the Young line, like a Young and Finch area, something.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why.
I think it's going to be more central.
Lakeshore and Kipling.
No, for rent. I mean, listen, I don't know how much money. I don't know how much you're charging, but anyways.
Apparently, the funny thing I saw about the getting a second robot is that there's no discount. It's just double the price. You're not like getting a second robot discount or lady discount.
No kidding. No 2-for-1s.
I don't know, but
so I mean, not 2-for-1s, but cut me a little.
Okay, let's say that. Okay, so but what's their market? Who are they going for with this? So, if you can go there, because where did they open up? They opened up the There's a bar.
Okay.
That does. It's like an adult bar, but it's like a legit place. But you can go and you can have sex in the washrooms, and they promote it like
the Aqua Lounge. Not the Aqua Lounge, right?
Is that it? I don't know.
There's
but
there's
they
a lot of these
college
places
night and they do older nights. But they promote it. The bathroom has like a bench in it. They make it nice. It's a nice bathroom.
That's so 20th century. Come on, man. Let's get with the future here. Look, you know who this is catering to? 2 people. Guys who don't know what the fuck they're doing, which in today's generation is a lot. And it's also catering to fucking cheaters. Let me tell you why. Do you think?
Why would you cheat on a real person with a doll?
Well, let's say somebody. Well, let's just say the technology moves around and they get a little bit better. But here's the thing: is it considered cheating if
you go have sex with a doll?
If you go have sex with a doll, you tell your girl about it. Be like, listen, babe,
No, I don't think that they would have a. I think that. Do you think the woman would have a fucking problem with the dude just because of how fucked it is?
I don't know.
Let's say you're already into kinky shit, right? Let's say you guys are whatever. But she's like,
I feel like
listen.
it's not like normally that's like a very tense situation if she finds out. But she'd almost I think a woman would have pity on you. That she's like, so you just didn't fuck your secretary.
I'll tell you right now, if it was any girl that I've dated, and if they found out that I went to a a whorehouse or or even a hooker or like an escort or something like that.
Yes.
I think almost they would rather have me do that.
No. What do you mean? They'd rather have you. Okay. No.
Because of how messed up it would be to find out that I'm going and paying money.
Yeah, to fuck
at a place.
Yeah.
To use a doll.
But here's the question.
I think that most girls, if they were to be like, I probably wish you just rather cheated with another human being.
Would they? Do you actually think they would want you to cheat with a human being?
Man, you know what?
Listen, here's the thing.
If there's girls listening to this, let us know.
Yeah,
let us know.
Here's the thing. If you cheat
Carolyn,
with a human,
let us know.
Yes.
We know of a couple others that listen.
Okay, so I'm going to post the question.
You could be like, well, you named your vibrator, and it's got like a lot of moving parts, and it's basically a robot, right?
Here's my thing, and the question I'm posting.
But it's like if you had a blow-up doll, I guess, at home.
Here's my question I want to post that to the women, and maybe do a reverse for the guys too. But here's the thing: would you rather, if your man was gonna cheat, let's just say there's no way about it, would you rather have him cheat with a real life human person? Now it doesn't have to be a whore; it could be maybe just another girl, like another girl.
Like, you're a dude. Okay, finish.
Or would you rather have him bang an inanimate sex doll object?
But it's all about
one is weird. I get it.
Going and parking or taking the subway or taking transit to an establishment, going inside, paying money, picking this doll, and then going into a room there
and doing his job
and doing whatever with this doll.
Yes,
I think a lot of girls will be thrown off, and if they were dating this person and found out about it, I think this is breakup.
Okay.
This guy's messed up. I'm not something wrong with this guy.
Here's the thing.
I'd rather you just cheated on me with a hooker.
Really? I see. This is where I don't
because then it's explainable. It's an actual thing. You know what?
It's almost like
de-evolving.
No, but there's
she was hot. She was in my face. I didn't know what to do.
There's an emotional hurt when that happens. When you cheat on somebody else, they're emotionally hurt. When a guy just gets his fucking dick played with a fucking rubber plastic inanimate object, it's more of like he's into some weird shit. But you know what?
It's about going and seeking it in that place. I think a lot of girls would question.
Okay, let me break it down.
If they want to be with that guy because that's what he's into.
Okay, then another question that was for the girls is if your guy had a fleshlight, would you have a problem with that? Same.
No, but maybe they bust it out together. Maybe that's something she uses it on him to have a good time.
Listen, maybe you don't have the same sex drive as the guy.
Kevin, I'll take you back. I don't think a lot of guys who are in relationships are going to be going there. Like normal ones. Normal dudes.
Yeah, so
it'll still be maybe a weird dude in a weird relationship, but it's gonna be.
I think it's gonna
be like virgin dudes who want to get laid but can't talk to women, or dudes who are incels who just have no social skills.
See, this is gonna be good for incel.
And to them, fucking a robot's like a dream because it's like it like does what
It's
they
not
want.
a robot.
But it does what they want it to, or a doll.
Yet. But what I'm saying, listen, there is
I
a
think,
market for this.
I think there is a
Incel?
market, but it's not regular people.
Incel, stop.
Yeah, but I mean, like right now, it's not a robot, right?
But soon.
Yeah, except for the asshole. The asshole is
because this
a
goes
robot.
back to but this goes to like, would you try out the doll?
I don't know. I'd have to
I don't
see
know.
the
I
doll.
think I'd be uncomfortable about it. I think I'd be like,
here's my thing. I have to, no, because here's my thing. I'd have to see the doll, and it comes down to a question of, am I able to suspend my disbelief? Am I able to, like, if I'm able to look at this doll and like, maybe it gets me in the mood, maybe. But if I'm like, no, and then maybe, listen,
staring at you with those cold, dead eyes.
No, listen.
just like how
Just like a Saigon herd is like, come on me or something. Like,
I don't know about
this is
that.
how I like my women.
But listen, maybe.
Yeah, if you're someone who really wanted to fuck a dead person, this is the good way to start. You know, like,
Maybe. No, or you take a couple of shots.
There's a lot of fucking psychos going in there.
Maybe this place offers drinks.
I feel like this doll is going to be strangled so many times.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah.
They go out of business in 6 months. They're like, people keep fucking popping the goddamn doll's heads off.
I mean, it's good it wasn't a real
Nah, dude,
person,
man,
but still,
that's what you call an
they
extra
keep
charge.
literally breaking this pussy.
You know? Yeah, dude, that's extra charge, man.
Or is it is it the same doll? Or is it like
They have like a
new
roster.
dolls
They have a
every
roster
time?
of dolls.
Like, is it like one and done? Like they get rid of that doll?
No, I think parts are replaced.
Because at that point, just take it with you.
I think parts are replaced. Certain parts are.
Oh man,
What are you alluding to?
crazy.
No, I read something about this that there is like a roster they're starting with. There's so many different types. You know, you got your cheerleaders, you got your big tits,
Yep.
your ethnic types, your black ladies.
Gung ho granny.
Like, you know what? I love a girl who's got like a really thin body, but with like grandma tits. Make it happen,
Dude,
Replaceable body parts. There you go.
this is literally.
That's what some guys go.
Get the granny tits on that.
It's like you never see that. You never see like a really hot, like 110-pound girl. With, like,
You know what?
grandma
I think
tits.
this shit might even.
It's
I think this shit might even fucking replace. Might help with the divorce rate. You know, people aren't. Like, listen, maybe people divorce because sex ain't great anymore.
That's a big ask right there. Man.
Okay. Have any of you seen Westworld?
I've not. But you're
Okay.
talking robots, Kevin. Again, you're talking
If we ever-
robots,
okay.
lifelike robots.
If we ever get there, though.
they're back to sex robots.
If we ever get there, though, and listen, maybe.
well, yeah, Blade Runner, man.
Well, the thing is I think with divorce, if it can get there, speak from my personal beliefs as a child of divorce.
Yes.
I think that like the only way you could stop a divorce from happening is to never get married. For most people. Because most people, like, if you're saying they was like, I want to fuck that person, and end up getting married. In most relationships, they're doomed from the start. So it's like there's not much you can do in a marriage, like especially with a robot, to fix anything.
Did you see the meme going around where it's like a bunch of dudes sitting around in a bar, and the guy's like, man. So my wife ran away with my best friend Mike yesterday, and the guy sitting across from him is like, since when is Mike your best friend? And the guy's like, since yesterday. and then the last picture is them like laughing about it. Because it's true. You know what I mean?
I don't know, man.
So you think that? Well, we know what you think. Westworld. I
think it's
and
gonna
that's
get
a whole
there.
thing. But they have feelings and shit. I hear.
That's where it gets really.
The artificial intelligence becomes evolved.
That's where it gets freaky.
But then you're
that's
getting
what-
into androids. Like they're more.
Listen,
androids.
I'm not. Listen, I don't want to jump down that rabbit hole. But what I'm saying is, from where I'm standing now in the present day, right now,
With a doll.
we're living in a world where people can, smoke weed out of electric containers called vapes. We have people that are going to be fucking plastic robots. We have different terms. Kirk was telling me the other day how he knows a person who was a lesbian now calls people shits.
I know.
Listen,
and dudes with stupid mustaches running around this goddamn city.
No, I said it was funny because she's identified for a long time as being a lesbian and is now dating a man, but then has to refer to him as a shissit to her lesbian friends because terminology, right?
Shits it. Shit it.
shit, whatever.
So to me, that was like, well, just call him your boyfriend.
no, because
everyone's gonna get what that is when he's your boyfriend.
No, because see, we live in these times now where
Just say person. Just say that's my person.
now people like they want to put politically correct, but like I don't know, man. They want to put terms on things. They want to make things safe.
Well, like I told you,
Right.
I don't necessarily like being called a cishet, so I'm going to think that's very offensive. So I think I'll change the terminology myself.
Okay.
I'm offended.
I'm offended, so then me being offended, now it's a problem. So for everybody else,
I'm gonna be more like you better get it correct. I want to like get like if someone's gonna call me a shit, like they better not call me a shit. They gotta call me I need to learn actually the right correct term.
You should say no. It's pronounced. Like what was that?
Okay, so you're gonna go check this place out with Kirk and report back.
I will.
Is it open?
No. Listen,
I don't know.
Robots take a while to assemble.
They're not a
Tomorrow,
robot.
tomorrow is
Sorry.
my birthday, so we can maybe.
I'll do some research. I'll
See,
what it's
most
like.
people would take them to like a strip club
No, this is
or get them a hooker, but
No. I'm keeping it.
in our world,
I'm keeping it future safe, man. There's no legalities broken. We're gonna go look at this thing. And listen, whatever, like we'll have a safe word.
No, it's
if
okay.
you
Don't-
feel like
don't
you
even
want to do
worry.
something,
I mean,
why? Because doll is gonna hurt him.
no, I'm just saying. Like personally, I don't know if I'm gonna want to bang this doll, but if you do, let me know. And Kirk, I'll let you get to it.
Cause I don't even know, man. Like
You might be like-
you guys know what my
Hey, you
thing
know how
is.
some people will
I don't
try
know if I
anything
can go
once.
from.
Are you one of those types of people that you'll try anything once?
I don't know.
Because I'm not. Like I'll be like, no, I'm not.
I think this stuff, like what we're talking about with robots, is the opposite of what I like in my encounters. That's why I've stopped watching regular porn as much, and I watch cam girls, and I talk to them because to me it's like more personal. You know, you
when
can
you
meet
talk
some
to
hot
them, you
ladies.
mean, like they're camming, and you're like,
Okay.
gas prices are just uncontrolled. Are just
No,
Have
I
you
get-
looked
I
at
get-
the real estate market
I-
these
I
days? Like,
get-
are you talking to them like
I
Donald Trump?
get to business. You know.
I'm gonna give. Kirk, I'm gonna give you a weird. I'm gonna.
Tell me more about inflation. Talk more about inflation. It
Yeah.
really does it for me.
I don't know.
Yeah. Tell me more about what it's like to live in Utah. Well, you put that in your butt. Yep. Thanks.
Yeah, I guess the emotional.
How many fire trucks do you guys have?
Like your best day. What's the best ice cream locally, right? You know, like what you got?
You know what? I mean, maybe these places will start offering like what's it called? A kind of
Groupon?
No, like a different package where it's like, listen, if you just want to bang a straight up
A
doll,
like a
You can
card,
do-
like a frequent flyer card, or like a
Yeah,
frequent
free.
like buy 6 get 1 free.
yeah, maybe that'd be. Listen, we'll see what happens.
Like it's
man.
like
Listen, all I'm saying is
like a loyalty program.
the world's changing.
What's the
Imagine
what's the,
hookers did that, a loyalty program.
what's the coupon code?
I think that's when guys start falling in love. That's when that's why they don't want loyalty programs.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Business. So okay, you guys will check that out. That's insane.
Yeah,
it's great.
I think I'll check it out and I'll keep you
And
guys
for the
posted.
girls that listen, would you? Yeah. How do you feel about that? If you caught your guy sneaking off,
It's not
to
even.
go bang sex dolls.
No.
Not robots. Sex dolls.
No.
What if you
No,
got
it's-
blackmailed by a sex doll? Like the sex doll had a camera. And it just send. It was like
Maybe.
it just sent pictures to everybody.
That's what the Joe. He was scared he would never have sex with a sex robot because he was afraid it would kill him.
Or take his identity or take his personal information and post it. I don't know. But
No,
if
I
it's-
thought it was about to kill him,
Yeah.
man. I was like, I would fucking die.
Well, the
Like
thing
that.
is, though, like say, like it's riding you or whatever, and it rips your dick off. Accident.
No.
That could happen,
I'll be
right?
honest, I'll be
But what
honest.
happens if it just like turns really fast and your dick gets ripped right
Here's the
off?
thing.
That's like an artery right there. You're gonna bleed out, and it's gonna keep fucking you, and you're gonna be like bleeding everywhere, and you can't go anywhere. And you just
that's like a weird '80s horror movie.
yeah, called the.
Here's the thing:
the dickless.
The day that the day that we get approved for official sex robots, I'm doing my research. I'm finding out how how strong are these robots really are. If they can if they literally have the strength to lift a car, but they dialed them down.
So basically, they could go to war or they can be sex
Yeah,
robots.
that's where I'm like, okay, guys, I don't know about that. But if they're like weak robots, like a fucking Roomba or something,
There's no such thing as a weak robot.
There are weak robots, man. I don't know. Miniature size.
Well, they make a robot human size, and it has like.
So you're saying there's a potential that people would go visit sex robots, and then if the sex robots were put into war, you could be in battle and not want to pull the trigger and be like, that she looked just like my ex.
Oh,
Martha.
Listen,
Martha. Listen, your mother's name Martha. Your sex doll's name Martha too.
listen, man. That's there's this big fear right now. Like they're saying that the future, the fear is AI.
Why'd you say that name? Why'd you say that name?
No, like even Elon Musk was saying how like he's like, listen, keep on listen, it's great. Technology is doing some amazing wonders for us, but we got to keep on top of that shit. Because listen, if AI starts like,
it already has. There's
certain things.
No, there's like Google had an AI doing something. It's like that deep thing or whatever. It's like basically dreams.
Yeah.
And it started at a certain point where like they could program it and tell it what to do.
Didn't they have 2 robots or computer programs that started dating?
I'm not sure about that, but no, the Google one, it started to like make its own language that only it can understand.
Oh, fuck that! Yeah, no, fuck
so it
that.
was like started to think, and then they had to shut it down for a while, so they could they never thought that would be a thing.
Oh, hold on,
do.
this is not shut
That's
down.
That's like the law of robotics, basically.
That's Skynet.
Yeah,
it's
self-awareness.
Isaac Asimov. He wrote like the thing about like the laws of robotics and AI. And like if they're gonna, it's basically how like the foolproof rules to be like, what do we do like to avoid having it become self-aware to the point where it would just take over.
But at the same time, it's
processing power, isn't it?
At the same time, it's in our nature to destroy ourselves. But no, humans are naturally like we want to push things to the limit, and that is a very scary thing. Of that, we're pushing something that like in a way we're giving life to a new.
But isn't that Ultron?
Maybe.
No, because that's Ultron.
Yeah. Humans are
no, because Ultron, like, okay, for people who are like, who Ultron?
Avengers,
comic book stuff. Anyways, this machine or this program, Ultron, is its programming. Its number one program task is to protect the Earth. Right? Like that's the whole task. So it realizes that the number one way for it to protect the Earth is to eliminate humans. Like it misunderstood the directive and it wants to protect the Earth, which means it's got to get rid of all of us.
Yeah.
I mean, so yeah, it's an innocent code or an innocent program could turn into something crazy, right?
Yeah. No, but like, see, that's the thing. There's humans in general. We have. So there's this. I heard this somewhere about how there was this scientist back in World War II, and he originally was hired. Like he was a Jewish scientist, and he was originally hired.
Albert Einstein.
No. He was originally hired to remove nitrogen from something to do with farming.
Jewish people. Nitrogen.
Hold on. Let's think. So he created this thing to create like a gas that was able to remove a certain element from things. Basically, he was able to like replenish fields and grow vegetables and make things better. That again, I forget the exact story, but this is what he did.
Oxidization?
I don't know.
Okay.
Something. I forget the term. But anyways, this guy also
it's talking about moisture in the soil.
But he created this gas. This gas, right? That was able to think. Anyways, when the Nazis came around, they were like, oh, hey, listen, can you do a little bit of your science and change this thing around? And he actually created the gas that ended up gassing the Jews. So what I'm saying is he went in with, like the...
Yeah, what was that gas called? Or some sort of... I've never heard that name.
I just know that I think... I'm just going to say one was like nitrogen 1 and the bad one was nitrogen 2. Like they were the same gas, but because of one simple element twist or whatever, again, I'm not a scientist, he turned something that was good into something evil, right? And I'm just saying like...
Well, yeah, look at nuclear power.
Yeah.
Well, the air is almost half nitrogen.
Yeah. Nuclear power, it's
good and bad.
The way we use it is good. Yeah. However, you can turn it very bad.
Oh, yeah.
So...
Yeah, so what I'm saying is like with AI and technology, and that's what I'm saying, and that's what it comes down to these sex robots. You can use them for the good. But then they can maybe go bad.
You think they're gonna have like programs like push this button and you'll get like the sweet girl?
Oh yeah.
And then push this button and you're gonna get like a robot that's gonna be
variety is the spice of life. To you.
Variety, is the spice it's gonna choke you out or try to.
Dude, like what if you just use the wrong command? And they take you like literally what you said. You're like ram my ass, and they just like fuck you really hard.
No.
Or like, or like
okay.
fuck me hard.
You know
They say like fuck me hard, but then they don't realize
Is
that
that what you would say to the robot?
I'm just thinking
For
of
the robot to ram your ass.
Well,
Yeah, I told you, Kirk.
No, I'm
weird
just-
stuff.
no, I'm just using that as an example of like something that could really fuck you up.
No,
but
yeah.
then my head went to like fuck me hard first. But what's a heightened version of that? Like probably them sticking like a weird rod in your ass or something, and you're just like, oh, now I'm like a popsicle because they've impaled you.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know, man. I think that's.
Yeah. That'd be better. If I say like, oh yeah, impale me or something, or if it's a woman.
Why would you say that?
I'm just saying.
Why are you saying it to them for you?
No, I'm saying not.
You're the man.
Let's just say I'm not there. Say it's a woman. It's a male robot, and she's like, "Yeah, impale me hard," and then it's like it takes it the wrong way and like stabs her basically, like impale.
Well, yeah, I guess that's what
I'm just saying, like,
Dude.
I'm just saying we're talking about commands. I'm just saying, what if they're not programmed for every
I think they
particular?
already make that shit.
What if women decide, listen, these sex men robots are going to be far more superior than us, both physically. Maybe the AI starts blowing us away too. What if men now have to fight for survival against these AI robots?
And they have like program with sperm and they can reproduce. Or what?
Yeah. Listen.
How do they
that's
reproduce though if they're a robot?
simple. Cybernetic living organisms.
But like, I don't.
No, there's no possible way that. Oh, well, what?
What if like part of them is like they're bionic, where like just their dick or like their balls? They can make sperm and that's it, and then they can put sperm in people.
Listen, making sperm is the least of our problems.
I'm just saying that you're thinking of the future of human humanity.
What if
Have you seen the episode of Rick and Morty where there's a planet where all the men are de-evolved like cavemen basically,
Okay.
and all the women are like heightened like intellectuals. They live separately from each other.
Well, that's where we're going.
And they actually, the thing is, they send the creature men like a sex robot. They have sex with it. It impregnates the thing with like the genetic material, and it gives them a baby.
This is the cartoon.
It's a cartoon, and then the babies get separated to like the women stay with the women, and then the men get shot out back to like the desert with the other like cavemen.
Maybe that's the way.
It seems like it.
Maybe that's the way.
I think women are they're
Well, listen, I mean, look, we're in a climate right now where women are kind of repulsed by guys.
Okay, Alex Jones.
No,
we're in a climate. The frogs are gay.
Whatever. I actually have not heard any of this shit, but no, dude. Like, how many with the allegations going on and with the restrictions going on and just being a guy. I'm never gonna say being a guy is dangerous, but I'm just saying like. Being a guy isn't so cool right now compared to how it was for the past thousands of years. What I'm saying is, like, what if we eventually get to that level where it's like, you know what, we're going to be the obsolete form of reproduction? Or just the obsolete form, like, you know.
I don't think so. I mean, like,
you don't think it's there?
I think right now it's just like a flux because shit's gone bad and people are upset. And it's like a new thing, but it'll figure itself out. And I think like in the end, people have to realize, I think with the gender stuff is that there is like inequalities, but like it's not a big deal. Like each like I have advantages, but so do women. Then I have disadvantages and so do they, but they're not the same things. But in the end, I feel like it, for the most part in modern society, it balances out. That's all I would say. And I think like people are going to become more aware of the disadvantages and problems of other people. It's called empathy, and I think we're all going to become more empathetic.
Some people don't have that.
I don't think people are.
So empathetic. I think like
some people are just walking around. They're psychopaths or sociopaths, and they don't get it. They don't care. You know,
or they believe that their ideology.
There's the people who wait in front of the subway doors when you're trying to get up.
Like whatever they think is superior to what you think, even though you could understand a subject inside and out, and you could explain it to them, and they would just look at you and be like, "Yeah, but you're wrong. Like I'm right because I can kick your ass, or I took an extra 2 years of school, so I'm smarter than you." And you don't know what you're talking about. There's just people out there that are like that, right?
Yeah. No, I mean,
shit, because they're the ones that. Anyways,
I think like, but we're in like a flux, so like things are never going to totally work out, and I think people have to come to terms with that. There's never going to be like a perfect way for people to like understand each other and get along. So it's just going to be like you're right. There's going to be the sociopaths. There's going to be like the nice people and like everyone.
This is my thing is that I don't think everybody has to get along.
Yeah, exactly. Like things will go back, and you just have to like be. This is what it's like to live.
I don't care. It's like people want everybody to get along, and I'm not talking diversity and all that. That's fucking that's a different thing. I'm for all that. I'm talking if somebody thinks a certain way, then you're not going to change his fucking mind. Just leave him alone. Like, focus on education on young people and stop fucking bitching about other people. It's like I'm always reading about this nonsense going on out there in the world, and I'm like, okay, well, these people obviously don't understand. They're educated, like, you go to certain places, education, it's deep-rooted history, family, blah, 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 for whatever. You're not going to change them. Get over it. You know what I mean? Like, and you talked earlier about shit-its or shit.
Shits.
They can all go fuck themselves. I don't give,
We're technically shits.
No, I know, but I'm saying, like, you know what? I'm just a dude. I'm just a guy. So, you know what? I'm a whatever.
I think
and
right
people
now
get all bent up about it, and it's like I don't give a fuck, and it's like that's the way it is. Natural selection for you.
And I listen. I'm all about that Nietzsche shit, man. But here's my thing. I think right now we're in that tottering. Like people, like okay, if you want to go back maybe 100 years, things may have not been fair for a majority of people. If you were black, if you were a woman, if you were basically not a white guy.
No, there was things going wrong back then.
And now we've made some strides and whatever, and things were looking good back in 2008. We were like, oh, everybody's equal and all that stuff.
What are you talking 2008? That's when like the economy collapsed.
Yeah, but that's when Obama was in and everyone was all even though the economy was good, everyone was kumbaya.
No, the economy wasn't good in 2008.
Nobody gave a shit because we were all kumbaya, man. We were all kumbaya, man.
It was a major recession because of
but people
banks
were
were cheating people.
No, that was all about the banking, housing.
White guys weren't happy,
that
but everybody else was happy.
No, it wasn't an election. I was saying in that time.
There was a step back.
It wasn't anything with Obama
financially because of games, but
it's like everybody went bankrupt basically.
Because that's a whole fucking. It's all just a.
Anyways,
game.
what I'm saying is we're now living at an edge where it's like people are putting so many extremes on things. It's like you have to be a certain fucking thing. You have to be a something. That's my biggest issue right now. Is that you have to be a something. You either have to be a shit. You have to be a right wing nut. You have to be a left wing vegan. You have to be a fucking cuckold. I don't know what it is, but you have
Thanks, Obama.
I'm not going. No, but what I'm saying is like right now, people's problem is that.
Be like, and you heard it here first.
Yeah, no.
Thanks.
But here's the thing: like people are like. They're like, see, I personally don't give a fuck. That's just my general attitude. But here's the thing: people.
The funniest thing about the Barack Obama thing, I was my friends. Like my one friend in Sarnia, he's Muslim, and he has all these Muslim friends. He has from like we're out of town. It was like before Barack won the election. He was basically running at this point, and the guy was like, "Yo, guy, guess who's running for president? This guy's name." It's Barack. he's doing like he's pronouncing it like Barack, and he's like, guess what his middle name is, and he's like Hussein, and I was like, they're just loving it. I was like, they're just laughing because they think this is like the most impossible thing.
And it happened.
Some guy got this guy with his name.
He's a good guy.
Well, this is like I think they just thought this name, like being that he's like a Muslim sounding name, not that far after like everyone had the fears of like 9/11 and shit. Like there's like how are they were electing this guy, and it was just like it was just funny to see it from like a different side, I guess.
Of course,
like because you hear white people make that joke, but like it's funny hearing a brown dude, I guess, do it too.
Listen, it's nice when like
all right, so what were we talking about?
I don't know. We were talking about the sex robots, and listen, that always gets me fucking triggered and shit.
So as you said before,
yes,
waking up, going to work,
so this is kind of almost tied, but like, here's the thing,
and if you had all the money in the world, you could just have sex robots.
Well, no.
Oh yeah, this was how you started.
Yeah. So okay, let me reel it back in. Originally, what I want to talk about was if money was not an issue, and I think this is a very important idea for people to talk about, or people to play in their mind. If money wasn't an issue, what would you be doing with your life? So if you had $1 trillion, right? And see, the thing is, like, I think this is important.
And it replenishes to never goes lower than $1 trillion.
You don't need to put a number figure on it.
I'm saying $1 trillion.
Money. Money. Whatever
unlimited money.
Because here's my thing. I think a lot of people
you have unlimited resources.
Okay, you have unlimited because here's what I think a lot of people is When
or
you
resources you're not going to exhaust.
Here's the thing. I think a lot of people, when they're like, when they want to do something in life, they usually tend to be like, well, I don't have the money to do it. Right? And
yes,
I think
that's called, reality of living.
No, but here's the thing. I think when you listen, like right now, like, listen
Did you just say no to that?
Yeah, because listen, if I want to travel the world,
I gotta hear your theory then.
No, if I want to travel the world right now, yes, monetary issues might be holding me back. I've already
thought of my idea.
Reality-wise, if I want to, I can fucking go out there. I can maybe hustle for a year, save a little bit, then fuck off somewhere, live with the bear. There's ways around. What I'm saying is, if I ultimately really wanted to, let's say I had fucking cancer and I had a year to live, I could do these things.
Okay, yes. I'm not saying that you couldn't do that, but I'm talking about what you could scrounge up in a year to get yourself wherever you're going to go.
Yeah.
The quality of living that you can accomplish without working would not be what you would want it to be.
Maybe.
Like, if you're just looking for an experience, sure. You know what I mean? Like, but you're not going to, if you're saying, lots of people backpack on shoestring budgets, like I said, and they, they're having a good time, and they're scraping it together. But and they might say, today or tomorrow, like, oh my God, it was the best time I ever had in my life, was doing that and having no money in whatever city, and it was crazy. Go talk to somebody that did the same thing that had money.
Yeah. No, but what I'm saying,
go talk to somebody that had money and did the same shit, that backpacked but had money, that didn't have to worry about
the experience
food,
level.
Didn't have to worry about a train ticket or a ride or a car. Their experience was probably better.
Okay.
You know,
but what I'm saying is
maybe not.
It's like my mom. She went to like Amsterdam, but she didn't do drugs or anything. She just went to go on a bicycle trip or something.
Okay.
But like, you need money to go to there and go to a bicycle trip.
Okay. So
I know somebody else's, a girl I dated, her mom went to Amsterdam for riding a bicycle.
Yeah, my mom was like, I was like, they had like weed there.
Weed, man.
My mom's definitely not smoking weed. I found out I told you guys this before. I questioned my mom like over a day because she always ragging on like drinking and stuff. And I was like, I know I've seen you drink like wine once or twice, but like, have you ever been drunk? And she basically had the response I could tell she'd never really been drunk her whole life.
Well, that's her problem.
It's exactly her problem. I was just like, you should
have
loosen up a bit.
You need to get drunk.
I don't know. She wouldn't go for it. She wouldn't, like, every time I try to get her.
You're a grown adult now.
Every time I try to get her to smoke weed or something, she's not cool with that either. She's not cool with weed. She's not cool with drinking. Like, she's one of those people who's probably very happy that they wrote that article where, like, even one drink is bad for you.
We need to have a sound bite for whenever Kirk brings up his mom.
Yeah.
She's very important to me. You know what's good? She gave me $200 for my birthday, and she normally gives me $100. Yeah. She gave me the extra $100 because she's in a fight with my sister, and she gave me her half. My twin sister. So I got double the. Finally, their fight between each other is working out for me because now I get her portion of the money.
Right.
Thank you.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Okay, so unlimited resources.
Yeah, so for me, if I had unlimited resources, so here's my thing: if money was not an issue, obviously I wouldn't be working in a 9-to-5 job.
Nobody would. Well, no, that's not true.
No. Here's the thing: I'd probably be pursuing things that I'd be pursuing the things that I'm interested in. I'll be honest. I'd probably still be doing this pod, but I'd probably be gloating about all the fucking things I'm doing.
Would it be different people? Like, would it, instead of you'd be able to pay someone more interesting than me? Or?
I'd upgrade you for like
you got Joe Rogan or something.
No. Give me maybe Joe Rogan.
Like, you paid like, I don't know who's amazing. Let's like
who's a redhead though?
Bill Burr.
I would get fucking Bill Burr.
So you just like cut me. You pay Bill Burr like $5,000 an episode to come talk.
And for Murray, unfortunately, I'd probably get Tom Cruise. I feel like I would get Tom Cruise and Bill Burr.
There's no way Tom Cruise is more interesting than Murray.
Oh, I'm sure he is.
Like, you know what? He'll just go in the deep end. Like, you're like Tom Cruise. You got to pay him extra. Like, go to the bad places, Tom.
No, because Tom Cruise is I'll be honest. In a way, if money was not an issue, I'd almost try to emulate fucking Tom Cruise. Like, dude, man, the guy fucking jumps out of airplanes.
Here's the thing.
Produces his fucking movies. fucking.
Oh, you should just make. I think you would
just make movies.
I would make movies.
Yeah,
I'd
be like
you could make your own movie.
I would make my.
You
own
would be
movies.
like a Tommy Wiseau. You just make like funny action movies.
Maybe
You'd make like
maybe
you'd make what you think were like dramatic action movies, but they would just be
turn
like
to
silly
comedy.
straight B movie.
They'd be just silly like
I don't
schlock.
give a fuck. I don't
Yeah.
give a fuck. They'd go out there.
No,
but
okay. So, but what I realized with what you're saying is you would. So you don't want to be you.
what do you mean?
Like you're saying, like Tom Cruise. You want to be Tom Cruise.
No, I want to emulate Tom Cruise.
But that's
no. I still want to be. I still want to
because you're using him as a specific example. Like you want his lifestyle.
I'd probably say more like Dan Bilzerian's lifestyle, but no.
Who's Dan Bilzerian?
King of Instagram. Like, listen.
Is he the guy from Research in Motion?
No.
Different guy. His name is also Bilzerian. I think.
Stan Balsillie.
Oh, Balsillie.
Yeah, completely.
Jim Balsillie.
Jim.
No. But,
Jim. He's from Hamilton.
No. I would pursue. I would do the things that. I would. Okay, so I think the best way to break it down is if I had $1 trillion. I have to break down to things that I would still continue to do versus things that I would now have access to do. Right? So the things that I would not change, that I'm still doing to this day, that I would still continue, still hang out.
What
same
would
friends,
your sex robot look like?
fucking top of the line?
No,
top of the fucking line.
No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't hang out with your friends.
No, I would.
No, you wouldn't, because
Why?
if they, like, as you get older,
I'm
let's
paying
say,
for why?
let's
Like
say-
if I'm replaced by Bill Burr, you're not going to want me around.
let's say
at all,
they have
so.
a family. They can't just up and go. You're like, oh shit, you know what? My mega yacht. We're going down. We're gonna go to
Yeah.
the Keys.
Yeah.
We got a floating casino ready to go. Like this is what's happening. We're
Okay.
going.
Yeah.
So you're in, and it's like,
Yeah.
I got kids hockey game. On
Murray,
Saturday,
I will literally
man.
pay you $1 million
It's
to come
happening.
hang out with me. I'll pay for your nannies.
No,
Invite
right,
your girl.
but eventually,
I'll pay for that shit.
But
I'm saying
eventually, you give me
money
$1 million.
talks.
You give me $2 million, whatever.
Money
like,
talks.
Eventually,
You're not
no.
coming to hang out with me on a yacht for $2 million.
Eventually, though, because you're gonna realize, be like, shit. You know what? All right, kid, he's got to be at home. Like, you know what I mean? So he's out. So your buddy over here, your buddy Joe over here, he's out
for a time.
He's out
For a time.
This person over here, he's out. That person over. So now you're like, and because you have so much money, you're gonna have yes men, yes girls around you, people that are just whatever you want to do, man.
They want to taste. I get
whatever
that.
you
I
want
get
to
that.
do. Yeah, you're the best. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
of course.
your lifestyle is gonna
Yeah.
change. So people who maybe, let's say, Kirk. He's not cool. He's not cool going to certain places. He's uncomfortable being in a certain environment. He doesn't want to hang on to the side of an airplane while it's taking off.
I don't want to go.
Like,
I don't want to go to.
I got the money.
I don't want to go to Sunday service at Scientology.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I'm not doing any religious shit.
Hey, Tom.
For sure, you're a Scientologist in this example.
Oh, they happen to give me your seat.
No.
Yeah, so he's out. So now you're going to be like, oh, Kirk, man. Oh, all right, fuck. Kirk doesn't want to go.
Right.
But now
I'm not
you're
saying-
going to meet people that are into that or be like, yeah, no problem. So, like, you're going to be like, all right, cool.
I know, I might-
We're going to
okay.
go splunking.
So I'll develop new friends that are going to
You're
be able
gonna
to
meet
keep
new
up with the
people,
lifestyle. I get that.
People that are going to latch on.
But that being said, I'd still keep on to my old long time relationships
You know who would be-
and offer it every time. Listen, I'd be shooting you that text every time. Hey Murray, I'm going skydiving. You in? Oh
No, because I'll be like, hey,
I
man,
know.
You know
you
who
want to
would be-
go hit the golf range next Sunday? And you message me back a day later because you got service.
I got the.
Because you were in the middle of the ocean on your yacht. And you'll be like, oh, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, sailing to Morocco.
Do you know who
Or
Kevin's?
I'm sailing to wherever.
Yeah,
or I'm
yeah.
flying here. Or I'm
Yeah.
actually going to be in Paris next Saturday.
Kevin's
You know, and
perfect
it's like,
celebrity
oh, all
friend.
right, man.
I
Yeah.
can say Kevin's perfect celebrity friend.
Yeah.
I know for a fact would be awesome. Him and DJ Khaled, just like hanging together.
He'd be constantly telling me another one. I'd be like, oh man, I've had
Just
too many
like you
drinks.
guys, like in
Another one,
Hawaiian shirts and just like floating in the ocean.
No.
Like barbecuing like a
Actually,
big pig
you know
or
who
something.
would be with him? Intern Khalid.
Yeah.
Intern Khalid. Yeah,
I would listen. Khalid's coming with. He's supplying
Khalid?
me with like he'd be my drug man.
He's chill, man.
I'd be like
Kevin's getting
Khalid.
the stuff.
Khalid, I want the best stuff. I
He'd
don't
be
care
like,
what it
he's had
costs.
enough. He's big enough.
And
too.
you
He could
start
be
his
like,
music
hey,
career, and he become the new. And you would make
He's gonna be your lead man.
Yeah.
you'd make him and you pay for him to get into like the music business, and he become the new DJ Khaled.
Right. Well, you have all the money. He could be like the DJ Khaled's.
Yeah.
Together the two.
No, but okay. So like another thing I would do. So things that I would still continue. Hang out with friends. Obviously, maybe they're not available, but I would still want to hang out with my old friends. I'd still like to pursue stuff in, the comedy world, podcasting, make my own films at this point. I'd still like to do that. I do what The Rock does. Everywhere he goes, he brings a fucking multi-million-dollar gym. He brings the gym to... Because he's a busy fucking guy. He's the fucking Rock. But
it's built into his contracts that when he does a movie, that's part of it.
No, dude,
if he's in San Antonio for 3 months filming a movie, that's part of his rider. Is that you're going to pay me $12 million to star in this movie. I also need on-set access to a fully functioning gym.
No, he has his own, that gets flown over in a fucking jet carrier. It's called Iron Paradise. If you've seen his Instagram,
he's got enough money to do that.
No, he now flies his gym all over. Whether he's filming in Dubai, fucking Mexico,
that's interesting.
It's a tent. It's set up with his own.
I've seen the tent.
It's his own shit. What I'm saying is, I think that's because
I read what I read was wrong because I read that it's part of what he negotiates or his agent.
The cost of it is obviously probably like, listen, okay, to fly that fucking gym over is going to cost this much. You guys take care of half of it, whatever.
So whenever he's in a movie with like a one-word title, like Rampage or Skyscraper or
Jumanji,
or Jumanji, or it's like would be a good like.
He's done a lot. I don't know at this point, but
like if it's a movie just called like Terror, or like
I don't know.
He'll get there.
We'll be a good.
He's still got a solid, probably 15 years of sweet action movies before he gets into his sunset days of like an aging movie star.
But he's in like kind of bad movies, right? They're not like Predator. Like Schwarzenegger had Predator and Commando. And like Terminator.
He had more.
But those are like, those at least are better movies.
But it's vindictive of the times.
No, he hasn't got that yet. He hasn't had his, exactly.
In the 80s, dude.
But when he broke in, they didn't give him, like they gave him a couple of kind of like action tough guy movies. But
the Tooth Fairy.
They just don't make those movies anymore.
Yeah.
They do, but I don't think he's maybe going to take, well, he already did take a couple like that. What's the movie where he's the helicopter pilot?
San Andreas.
Yeah. So he's taken a couple like that, but they don't just do those types of movies anymore. No. Like people just don't go watch them. So
he did Hercules. Those,
but it didn't do that great.
I know. Well,
Not that it's a horrible movie. It just didn't do. Right. He's good in what he's doing. He's not the best actor in the world, but he's likable.
Yeah, but listen, I mean,
he can carry a film. He carries it.
Yeah, but no, what I'm saying is because like I personally like today, like I like the gym environment. I like working out, and I mean, I like going there as much as I can. Now, if money was not an issue, instead of me going to the gym,
why would you take a gym?
Dude, $1 trillion. I'm bringing it to me. So like, what do you call it? Instead of me having to,
you're gonna be staying in like the nicest places on the planet. Yeah. Guess what they have there? They probably already have
communal.
No. They
that.
Probably already have, like, you know what I mean? In like, you're staying in the suites of these places,
and
they've probably got what you need in there. You know,
I want
and your yacht. Shit. You'd be on a yacht. You'd have a plane. You know, I mean, you'd have your own plane. Yes, you'd have a gym on the plane.
I'd like to check out classic gyms like Gold's Gym in LA and all that stuff, but no.
There was. I think The Rock doesn't always have that because I was listening to someone talk on a talk show and they were saying like they had this like gym they were working out in. No, it was like Terry Crews or something like that.
Yeah.
And he was like, I go to this place and I got to work out because I work out like 5 in the morning every day.
Yeah.
And then what was the other? He's like, the other person who I see at the gym at that time is The Rock.
Oh no.
So like there's like or like but it's like when he's in a certain spot, this is where he also goes.
Yes.
So it's like that's like New York.
Well, I'll tell you right now,
New York, you can't just fly in a gym to New York.
When The Rock used to come to Toronto when he was a wrestler.
Yeah.
And even a little bit after, but mainly when he was still like in the wrestling world, like early 2000s and 90s.
Yeah.
When they came here for wrestling, he always went to Fitness 365. All of them did. All the wrestlers went there. Like, that was where they went.
Yeah.
Because my buddy's like, he's the nicest guy in the world. I made him a shake. Like, I always make him the same fucking shake. Like, he comes in, he does his workout, he has a protein shake, and he bounces. Mm-hmm. And he shoots his shit for like 2 minutes.
Does the work, yeah.
But, so, like, there was a time when he would just hit the gym.
Of course. Oh, well, of course.
You know
at
what I
that time, you had the budget allowing, right? But what I'm saying is, like,
I think
for
he
me,
still did pretty well back then.
No, I'm just saying for me, like, I'd still go to regular. I'm just saying for me, it would, as a fucking expense, as a fucking money doesn't matter at this point, and just, you know, to make things easier.
That just seems like the logistics, because I don't think you're going to be in one place long enough to have a gym set up and be like, okay,
hold on,
a week here. Now I'm going here for a 3-week stint. I want to go to LA and see if you know what, I'll be there for 8 months.
Can I tell you guys what I would do that relates to this?
You would just open your own gym. You have so much money, you would just open your own gym line.
In Toronto. I would open up. Toronto would be always be my home base.
You could open up a gym in LA, at New York, Toronto, fucking wherever.
But I don't want to work out with other people. I want to work out with myself.
It's your gym.
I'm not kicking out. What kind of a business is that then? I'm not kicking out people. No. Here's my thing.
I'm not saying that. You can have your own private area. You're not working out with common people. And this guy says he's going to keep his friends. Look at this guy.
He's Come on, look at this guy. He starts saying the words common people.
He's not.
No, what I'm saying.
He's already dividing himself away from people.
I'm giving myself the gift of exclusivity.
You know what makes these? You know what? You like to use Tom Cruise as a good example.
Yes.
I'm sure he forgets what it's like to actually be a common man because you're Tom Cruise. Like, all these people probably forget what it's really like to just be a guy.
Yeah.
However, there's certain guys that they try to at least associate with the common person.
Yeah, like Keanu Reeves, he'll take the subway. Train.
He's going to take the train.
He looks
he's riding
sad
a bike.
on the bench.
He sits on a patio at a neighborhood coffee shop. Yeah. You know, at like a shitty coffee shop, having a coffee. But then you'll see him. You know, I see those tabloid shit. He'll have dinner at a nice restaurant. You know, but like Tom Cruise, that guy, when he launches a movie wherever the fuck it is, given it's launching a movie, but apparently you see that guy on the street, and like. He's cool. Like, you'd be like, hey, what's up,
money.
You know,
he's just someone you don't go couch shopping with.
Listen,
to be jumping all over.
Look. The thing is, I would still like. Right now, I guess you would consider me a bit of an eccentric. I have certain needs or belief systems.
I kind of feel like you're a bit autistic, but yeah, go ahead.
No, Jesus. No. Listen, I view life.
Yeah, it's possible.
I view life in a different way. You know, I'm not. Fuck. You know when people grow up and they, white picket fence, family, kids. That's never been my vision. I have different fucking visions, life goals, I guess you could say.
I want to see big titties.
Maybe that's
I want to see the titties.
Maybe that's one of them.
Sex robot.
I would like to pay for the titties.
Can you make those titties?
See, but that's the thing. With that kind of money, if you meet a girl...
Yeah.
And you're like, well, you know what? I wish your breasts were a little bit bigger. You got the money. You could be like, so... I really like
No. I'm not a dick. Like, no. That's
what the robots are for.
No. Not yet.
No. I would treat a girl. Listen, if I met a girl and like she was genuinely nice,
Biff did to Marty's mom in Back to the Future Part 2.
Yeah, that's Biff. He's an asshole. But here's the thing: if I met a girl or whatever, and she was nice, and we had a connection. You are perfect the way you are. Now, that being said, if I get a little bit bored with you from time to time and I have a fucking high-tech, top-of-the-line, customizable sex robot, I'm going to go there for a bit.
Kevin, you have no idea what you're talking about. Because with that kind of money and the places that you would go, if that girl isn't with you, if she's like... If she's like, I want to have a life and a career, like I want to go, If she's like, I still want to do things, and like even if you're paying for it,
I believe in freedom. Do what you need to do.
Sure. So she's not going to be with you 100% of the time.
I'm
right?
okay. I actually prefer that.
So when you know who Tiger Woods is?
Yeah.
You remember what his wife looked like?
Supermodel hot.
What was he doing?
Banging fucking dirty porn stars.
Because everybody was throwing, like girls would go at him. People want to be with people that are like that.
Wait,
it is so hard, which is why all these baseball players, like athletes, come on.
No,
come on, everybody. It's an inside joke. They got girls in every city, man. Even when they get married, it's an issue. Some of them got to take the wife on the road to make sure that they don't fuck around. So, like, your situation,
monogamy. If you're
going from nothing to that,
monogamy is not on the table.
You're failing.
Yeah, 100%. No. And listen, I agree with you. Monogamy would not be
you
on the
wouldn't
table.
have any sex robots. You'd actually have like girls. Like
Yeah.
you would just go to a strip club.
But here's
You
the thing.
could go to any strip club and
But here's
just
the
throw
thing.
money in the air.
Here's the thing.
Yo, I'm about to change your life.
Yeah, I'm about to change your life.
Here's the thing,
Exactly.
because I'm a man of variety.
Exactly.
Here's the thing, I'm a man of variety. I like to try everything that's out there. Listen,
Go
I'd
grab
obviously-
yourself a Fijian.
No, I'd obviously hook up with like every type of girl there is available to me. But listen, man, I'm not going to deny.
Find him swooping through tribal villages.
Yo,
You're like,
is this one of these villages? He's like, is this one of these villages where they've never seen outside people? I gotta fuck one of you people.
I need to be the first white man.
Listen, I'm not denying myself that, but at the same time, I'm like, listen, if they ever get the technology where the sex robot is,
I like how he hasn't mentioned change the world or any kind of technology.
We're still talking about Kevin's the most influential person, but he's still like, I gotta find the right robot. You know,
He's just talking about fucking making movies, fucking working out.
Hold on, we'll get to the
banging robots,
we'll get to the
check.
world changing part.
Can I tell you really quick what I would do?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you know like the streetcar in Toronto?
Okay.
Streetcars,
I know.
yes.
Yeah.
I want like my
Like real
own
thing.
streetcar, but like bigger, and I live in it, and it's mobile, but it can go anywhere. It's like a hovercraft.
But what is okay? So it's not on.
So
the
it's not a
rails.
streetcar.
No, it's like a street. It's like the size of a
Okay.
streetcar.
So basically, you're talking about an RV.
No. But it's like special because it's like it can go anywhere. It's a hovercraft. It can go on the water. It can go up a mountain. There's
like
no.
the hippo bus that used to drive around.
Why would you for
The hippo bus.
But I'm
It
just
used to
saying,
have
I would
wheels.
take that. I would convert it into something that I could drive
The
and
hippo
like and
bus.
live in.
Why, for the fuck's sake? Why would you start off with a streetcar? Why would you?
No,
tell
but
people
I'm just
it's a
saying.
streetcar?
Imagine what a streetcar looks like, and it would be like that sort of shape.
You've
It'd be
already-
like a tube shape.
Why don't you say?
And I live in
you
it.
want a motor home that's so luxurious
But-
and so advanced that it can go. It's a hovercraft.
Well, I
on
was
water,
gonna. My original
and it'll
idea.
drive
My original
in any
idea would be
condition.
like I think it'd be really baller to have your own train, but like only you have your own track.
Like
but then-
Wild Wild West.
Yeah, like the idea that like it'd be really cool. Like you have your own train, but you're the only person who can use that track. Like you made the track too with the train,
dude.
But then I was like, but the problem
You're
with that,
150 years too late.
the problem with that though is that I can only go where my track is, and then having to build more track to go somewhere different would be a hassle. So basically,
Unless you had FU money and you bought the railway.
no, I'm just saying,
You made tracks as you go.
No,
Yeah,
you
but
bought the railway, and
That's
you're
what I'm
like, I can take this train
Well, that's what I'm just
wherever
saying.
I want to go.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You take the hovercraft idea with the train, make a hovercraft train, this luxurious train. I go anywhere, go through the drive-through, go to like.
That's like, fuck, what is it? In the Avengers, when Iron Man's in the Hulkbuster armor,
Yeah.
and he's fighting Hulk,
Yeah.
and something happened, and he's in the sky,
Yeah.
and they're going towards the building,
Yeah.
and he's talking to Jarvis, or
Yeah.
he's talking to
It was the fake AI girl. I know.
I
forget the
whatever
name.
her name is, and like I think they talk about the building they're about to crash into, and he buys the building.
Yeah.
Like so, then he immediately destroys it, but he bought it first.
He bought it first. That's that's exactly yeah.
and it's like done. Okay, now I can really fuck it up.
So basically, for you, you basically just lounge around in your multi-million-dollar. I feel like
But
you
what
want to
would
say
you do?
I would just. This is how I go visit everywhere in the world. Like, and I get to like.
he wouldn't step out of the actual vehicle. He'd have
No, I
big
feel like-
windows.
No,
and
like-
just constantly just.
I'd wave outside
He
the
just
window.
crosses his arms at the window.
I'd wave out the window or just stare.
They'd be.
No, I would- I would-
Hey,
I
you wouldn't
would-
have tinted windows.
And I would wait. I'd have one window that opens, so people can see me.
You can't have windows that open. You're so filthy rich. They have to be bulletproof.
No, I mean like there'd be like a one clear window where I can wave at people.
He'd be
sometimes,
okay.
and sometimes
You
there's-
wouldn't actually open.
and
the
sometimes because I'm so rich, there's a lookalike in neighborhoods I don't trust.
He'd be hovering through like an African village, just like. just,
There, that man goes again.
window. What else? What else would you do, Kirk?
No, I would live
So
in
you just want to tour the world in your
weird streetcar,
in a bubble.
basically
hover streetcar.
You want to have real life Google. Sit in your living room and have the world come to you.
Or a personalized Zeppelin. I feel like
I think like I like the idea of traveling as a person, but then
what
like
about a blimp?
but like having your home that goes everywhere is interesting to me.
A blimp. I think you want
Okay, so travel the world in your unique vehicle. What else? What else would you do? I'm just trying to get it out of you. So what else? So you're traveling the world. What else?
I probably like
some money into.
Because now I have so much money and I like to do comedy.
Are you traveling alone? Are you going to take a companion? Are you going to try? How are you going to meet girls? Who are you going to have on your
man? I got a floating.
Who's driving it?
I got a floating train. Meeting girls isn't going to be hard, all right?
But you don't leave it. You're not going to leave it.
No, I'm just like I'm going to see who rolls up, right? I'm going to roll up on some people and then just go like, "Hey, have you ever seen a guy on a train before?" Yeah. Have you ever seen a guy on a train?
I met Martha. She was asking for money at the
Kirk is literally going to be like you ever seen that movie John Travolta, the Bubble Boy, the Bubble Man, Bubble Boy, I think it was called. Or
I've seen Bubble Boy with what's his name?
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh
yeah, Kirk is basically going to roll around. He'll see a girl and like he'll like have a little slot for air and he'll be like, "Hey,
I feel like it'll be like an arm that like retracts out and it's like a little rose and then I go like a speaker going, "Hello, lady." Like, how are you today?
Okay. So you may or may not be able to land some tail for your adventures.
But I think like what you were saying at the Hulkbuster, maybe like one of the parts of my thing is like a suit that just pops out of the train, and I walk out kind of like a little suit that's like, oh, I'm seized up. It's like part train. Like I'm always coming out. I would never technically leave the train.
Yeah.
And then I would, I think I'd use my other money to like book like really expensive venues to do stand up in front of like Kevin, maybe. Like Kevin's the only person who buys a ticket.
So basically, you're gonna just rent the Air Canada Center. For
like they rent the Air Canada Center.
Just invite people
Madison Square Gardens, get the Forum in LA, and just like
so you want people to come see comedy,
or like
that they might have already heard.
Other people could come too, but like it's not really publicized that well.
Are you going to come out of the train for this?
That's the train soup for this,
No. The train becomes the stage.
Yes, and like it's like one of those like the things from The Thing where like it just folds out under me and I just come like out of it.
Okay, so your primary goal then or mission, if you had unlimited resources, is to travel the world in some sort of a light armored vehicle that can go anywhere and turn into a stage and possibly buy out venues to practice or perform your comedy.
I'm just thinking I have fabulous wealth in the first place to be able to afford this train transformer.
So so that's it? Like you'd be happy.
I would be really happy. I get to see the whole world and do comedy and then hopefully the word gets out if I'm good at it, doing good with the comedy.
But right now, you'd like to do comedy and also make a living at it.
Yeah,
but at that point, you wouldn't need to do comedy.
No, but I think I like doing comedy anyway. I would do it for free anyway.
But you'd have so much money. Couldn't you just make a sitcom for yourself?
I don't know. Maybe we'll talk. Me and Kevin will talk.
Like you could finance
I'd be down. I finance it. I'll finance
Kevin, it. No, you both don't have money.
We're co-producing this?
It's one or the other.
One of us has money or the other. Yeah.
But I feel, yes, if he had money, you'd be in on it. And if he had money, you'd be in on it. Yeah. But so you think about it.
Yeah. I mean, also making a show is a lot more work, I think, than for me to do stand-up.
You pay people, bro.
But I just like you write this. I mean, I don't know. I would kind of like being involved, but it'd be a lot of work, though. It'd be like those like kind of long days.
Man.
I don't know.
You guys.
But I like the idea of like just going anywhere and then just doing the stuff I like to do. It's cool.
Yeah.
Going places and just
doing the stuff you like to do.
Like,
that's cool.
Because I mean, personally, I don't like the idea of travel because you have to get on a plane or a bus and you gotta like be with people and it sucks. And then you go somewhere and you're like, you don't live there, so then you have to eat out every meal.
What do you mean? You've got so much money. You have a chef.
I'm just saying
you have your own plane.
I'm just saying in this case, it's
bus,
like
you're not taking a bus.
Well, this is sort of that extension of like this sort of idea is like when you say you have limited money and what would you do? It's kind of like and then like that thing from Office Space where it kind of proves what you might do with your life if you were living right now as you would like to.
Yeah,
it's kind of like that's what that question really solves, right? So Kevin's idea is like he'd love to have robots to have sex with right now, and to be a movie star, and so to be in a movie or shoot a movie. And I like to have
he'd like to live that lifestyle, and if you can line that up, great.
Yeah.
His is more about lifestyle. Like,
well, you guys are very interesting people.
Here's the thing; those are the things that I would personally like to experience. Now, in terms of things I would like to, because here's my two-parter with that. I think there's when you get that much of resources, there's a part of like stuff you personally want to enjoy and experience, and then there's a part of you that you kind of have to give back. You got to give back, like, you know, to. I'm not saying you give everybody money, but certain things you would give back to the world. So for me, I'd like to fucking team up with like the smart fucking dudes like Elon Musk, Dyson. Let's pull up these fucking geniuses. Let's work on some crazy shit, and I'm straight up funding them.
Dyson, is that the guy from Blade Runner?
No, he's the guy that created the fucking vacuum.
But they have money.
Yeah, but I would give them more money and push them to do even harder. Like, what do you call it? I'd fast track.
How come right now Elon Musk? Okay, this guy, he's doing what he's doing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give him credit. We've talked to him about.
He's done a lot of
times.
stuff. He's doing a lot of stuff.
But how come somebody else?
Yeah.
That has a shit ton. Of money.
Yeah.
That sides with him.
Yeah.
Politically or environmentally or technology wise, or just agrees with his vision.
Yeah.
How come that people like that haven't been like, Elon, your resources, I understand, are vast. However, how would you like to have $5 billion of my dollars?
So you're saying why?
And I feel that we can accomplish this. So, can we do this? Is this feasible? Like he wants to do that, like that tunnel travel thing.
Yeah.
I'm sure $5 billion would help him.
So you're saying why
or
aren't
more?
Other,
you know what I mean?
You're saying
like
why aren't other billionaires getting on to him and
like
helping
how
him
come
out?
they're not throwing money at
because
him?
Rich people are greedy. They don't want to.
No,
give
I
their
think
money.
it's because like it's what he's doing, and it's like it's his, and you getting involved, and like these people would then say like going to somebody with that much cash already in charge of all this shit like SpaceX, fucking Tesla, this other shit he's working on. He doesn't need you, and he doesn't want to answer to you.
No, he doesn't, and that's the thing. I would tell him not to answer, but here's the thing. I would be like, listen, buddy,
but what do you get out of it?
Push the fucking human race with his advancements.
What if he's like, Kevin, this could take 30 years?
Be like, how about if I give you half of my cash? Is that going to expedite things? And if he says no, back the fuck off, I'll back the fuck off.
I'm just saying, how come other people aren't? How come they're not doing this?
Because
how come people aren't combining, like Bill Gates,
yeah,
and Paul Allen?
Okay,
right. That's the two guys, right? Am I right? Paul Allen.
No,
Tim Allen. Is it Tim Allen?
No,
Tim
you're
Allen's
right. Paul Allen is one of the founders of Microsoft. Yeah, I think.
But
that's right.
Paul Allen and Bill.
Right. Yeah.
Those two
but neither
guys
of them are really
combined.
involved in Microsoft.
No, but they still take a pay cut, or they still take a paycheck. And well, I think it's in stocks, but like, what are they worth combined? Like, I know I know Bill Gates retired, and then Paul took over.
I think he's.
But I think maybe he's resigned, or he.
It's in the hundreds of billions of dollars.
They're rich.
They're very, very well.
Because it used to be the Bill Gates used to be like fluctuated from being like the richest man. Now he's like in the top 5 because of like newer billionaires, like the dude who runs Amazon and shit like that.
Yeah, the other guys have come up, but those two guys have a lot of cash together, and they know guys that have a lot of fucking cash together. And Bill Gates already, his wife, like they've opened up schools and they donate. Yep. Yeah, they do a lot of charitable work. Now, okay, so like a big thing that I think that they need to look at is and I think they're working on it, is but on mass scale is water systems pulling moisture from the water, like your boy, right? Or in areas that need water, where people don't have to walk 12 miles with a bucket to go get their fucking water. You don't think that these guys with these resources could hire the brightest minds and say, this is what needs to happen. Can this happen? And a scientist is going to say, theoretically, yes.
Yeah.
Then we are going to fund this. You got 10 years. Like, make it happen.
Yeah.
Well, I was like that. Who's that one Is it like not
Combine your
It's
resources.
not common, but there's like that one rapper who like helped build an electricity like
No, he wasn't
system.
alive.
What? The guy wasn't alive?
What?
No, there was like this one
Akon went back. Akon went back and basically saved his country.
Akon went to like parts of Africa and like basically built an electricity grid.
Yeah.
And he was like there was like it took this like something they should have had a long time ago, but he was like, I'm gonna do this and did it.
Yeah.
Which is like stuff like that is really like just shows the power of one person. Like just having the right vision and also follow through, because some people have these ideas. Like there's a book I was reading about, like it's one of the free economics books, how there's like a bunch of dudes, like rich dudes who actually are in this club.
There's a few select people, yes.
And they think of like ways to like help, but like
Akon's
the world
not in that club.
No, he's not. But like they're like, but they're like relatively these guys who think of stuff,
right? Smack that.
Does he smack that? I don't know.
Yes, he was smacked that.
So Akon took care of that. You think that you don't think that the world's richest people can't handle this shit?
Dude, it's the same question as of all the billionaires in the world, how come no one has become Batman yet? Because the reason why...
Well...
No, the reason why is because... Well, yeah, part and part is pussy, but the same why is because at the end of the day, when people get to a certain level, most people are only out for themselves, are only out for their thing.
Well, Batman's kind of a stupid idea.
Here's the other thing. I think that I'm not going to say world leaders, even though I'd say world leaders to a point, but I would say industrial, commercial, the richest people in the world in the past.
Yeah.
Go back hundreds of years.
Oh yeah, Henry Ford, guys like that.
100 years, hundreds of years.
Okay.
Go back, up until a certain point in time.
Yes.
A lot of their money was made, like they started it. Like in a way, the same as Bill Gates and those guys, right? They created something.
Industrial Revolution, yeah.
However, a lot of those other motherfuckers, they did it, like they were tough guys. You know what I mean? Like they came up in a different time. Like they could probably take a punch. They could probably throw down a little bit.
Yeah.
And they probably took care of their employees and their workers.
Henry Ford, yeah. He's
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whereas these days, it's all just executives that get taken care of. Also, the people in charge, for the most part, are fucking mad pussies.
Yeah.
And pushovers.
Well,
I'm not saying that they're probably more enlightened now. You know what I mean? But no, I'm talking like people who create and then become rich.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about people who are hired in to take over, because like I saw something where generally people who run businesses are psychos. Yeah. But yeah, I think that these days leaders are pussy, or rich people are pussies.
A majority. But here's the thing. So to kind of like sum up your thing is that your question is why aren't more people, basically why aren't people more like Elon Musk? And I think it's because the mentality is like most people, they want to hold on to their wealth and pass it on to their own people.
Kirk, would you be like Elon if you could? Or I'm sorry, like Iron Man?
Well, I think there's a difference. We're talking about like the types of mentality of people. Because I saw Elon Musk. We were talking about Joe Rogan. He was on his podcast, and he was saying, I'm just saying, but since he was a point when he was a kid, the part I watched was that he's always had these like ideas.
Yes.
So like, but he's different than a typical CEO, because that CEO is just thinking of how to make money.
Yeah.
That's the majority of CEOs. They're just thinking of bottom line. How do we produce this product?
Make products.
So, but he's different in the sense that he has ideas.
Yes.
Most CEOs and people of power like that don't really have ideas. They just like go like, you think of this, I'll make everything work properly.
Yes.
They're the head guy. They take the fall.
Well, and I think,
so like Elon Musk is like, I think a good idea would be to have a hyperlink or a loop or whatever that's called. Or I think it'd be a good idea I think it'd be a good idea to go to Mars, because we never know what the future of Earth will be like.
Yes.
Well, let's try to desalinize the water in the ocean.
Like backup plan. Like you got to get to Mars.
So like he has these ideas, and also now like he's someone who has like the ideas, but also the finances and the follow through. Yes. So it's like he's much different from a typical CEO. Like a good example is Tim Cook of Apple.
Yes.
The reason why Apple is more profitable than ever, but even though they're not innovating, is that he's more concerned as a CEO of making Apple money, whereas the Steve Jobs type of guys who are like the dreamers and like the innovators, like they don't really make good CEOs. They actually like are like actually typically like that's why Steve Jobs was fired in the first place from Apple.
Well, yeah, that's a whole story with them, but the product that he provided was amazing. The first iPhone. was incredible. To when he brought it out, nobody had ever seen it. People wanted touch technology. The market was wide open. There was nothing out there, and they took advantage. Well, the iPod, I guess, was the first thing.
Yeah,
I mean, beyond the computer, and then they ran with it, right? But it's to a point now.
It was some engineer who thought of that.
Over. It's over now. Like, it's not, they're not innovating. It's always going to be what it is now. They can change the screen resolution. They can change the size of the phone. They can add a few more whistles and bells, make your camera better. You know, the fingerprint, eye scanning, whatever, voice record. Like, it's over. Mm-hmm. It's not going to get anywhere else. They can't do it.
I'm just saying,
what else can they give you? They have to. Who's going to bring the next level? Because now everybody has these smartphones, right? Like if you offered me a great phone that's not a smartphone, I don't want it. Even though society would probably be better off if we didn't have smartphones. So what's the next level? Chip implants? You know what I mean? Something that's in your head. Like,
I thought the Google Glass thing was kind of cool. That kind of faded real fast. Like the idea of having
because you got to wear a headset.
That's a first gen, but they're going.
That's something so you don't have to have an implant in your eyeball.
Biotechnology. That's what's the.
But all I'm saying is
Google
that there is
contact lens.
Yeah.
Now you're talking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Somebody gets that aspect ratio going on. Now you've got something going on.
Biotech. That's what.
All I'm saying is that all the CEOs are more like the current version of Apple, like Tim Cook kind of guys, because they're calculating how do we make money, and how do we like incrementally make our product that's well known better, but like never really innovate too much, because guys like unfortunately like Elon Musk and Steve Jobs, they're like kind of like wild cards. Where like they were like at least Steve Jobs is considered
Jobs
like
was different.
Well, I mean, like,
Apple's
he wasn't good at
company.
No, I'm just saying, like, if you look at the tech kind of industry, like, you need those guys who are dreamers and innovators, but also like they're riskier people. They're capable of making your company lose a lot of money more than the other person who's going to steadily grow, which they really prefer to have.
But like, I think I read Apple, they make computers still, right?
Yeah,
overpriced computers. However, they make computers. They do very, very well. However, from what I've read, the number one server people and everything that still do a lot of the back end stuff for like all of IBM, still very relevant in the world. Like, you don't see their computers on every desk anymore. However, they're still out there. They're still doing heavy lifting in the world. They're nowhere near worth what Apple's worth. And why is that? But Apple has no interest yet in going into server technology and server farms and all this nonsense. So, but what happens? So, like, it's like eventually, like, me and you open up a donut store, right?
What's it called? Sprinkle Land?
I don't know.
Land of dough.
I don't know, man. Kirk's Hole.
Kirk's Hole.
Hey, there you go. Kirk's Hole.
Kirk's Holes.
So
we can have that. Kirk's Donuts.
Yeah.
Donut.
Donuts eat here? Donut.
You
guys
open up a donut shop. Okay.
And for some reason, we innovate. We put a spin on the donut nobody's ever fucking thought of. And we fucking capitalize on the market, and we get out there and we dominate. We fucking just take over the city with donut shops. We just destroy it. And then other donut shops pop up and they mimic us. And they're not bad, but you know, it's basically us and a couple other franchises that just fucking completely change the game of donuts. Eventually, there's no more donut people. Everybody wants a donut, getting a donut.
Yeah.
It's a bad example because donuts you can eat every day.
Do you guys miss Krispy Kreme?
A phone, you don't get another fucking phone for a few years.
Called progress.
Do you guys used to go to Krispy Kreme at all?
They're still around.
You can. I like their gimmick of watching the donuts being made is pretty great.
That's smart.
They should have more places like that.
But you're right, it is. But so Apple and these companies, they're getting to the point that their mandate is to drive profitability, right? So their stocks have to they have to make money, more money, which is why every year they launch a new phone and new tablets and all that nonsense is because they have to bring in the money. Where eventually there's going to be so many phones and tablets, people are eventually just they're going to have to do something else.
Yeah. No.
It's like a cycle. Like they're going through like, okay, we're innovating.
What are they going to do? Where Elon Musk, like you said, Hyperloop, SpaceX, Tesla, like these are all very good ideas for humanity.
The difference is
mass transit travel in a fast moving way. Amazing. He needs to perfect that. Battery powered vehicles. Amazing. He needs to perfect that. Colonization and travel to Mars. And even low Earth orbit, which he's already doing. Yeah. Amazing. He needs to do that. Desalination of the of water for places that don't have natural fresh water. Amazing. These are all very useful things this guy is doing. Whereas Apple is useless.
Okay, not to call it Apple, but in general, most people only care about the fucking bottom dollar. And only a few care about the actual fucking
and Elon
human
Musk,
race.
His shareholders,
more people about the
but his shareholders were even getting a little dicey a little while ago. And what's he say? But what's he say? Maybe I'll just buy all the shares back.
Yeah,
because you know what? He's like, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, and he's not looking at the money. He needs to make money to keep things sustainable. Like Tesla, like they were losing money because of the way that they roll out.
He also made. There was that one time where it was like a year ago, he made his own like a flamethrower, and he was like, "Hey, you guys maybe want those?" Yeah. And it was like a joke. People thought. Then he started selling them,
and yeah,
it was like, "Hey, you want this flamethrower?"
But that's just what he does. He wakes up in the middle of the night. He's like, "I'm going to make a fucking flamethrower." And I was just saying,
we need more people like that. But anyways,
that's like it's good that someone exists like him, but I think he's an outlier in the sense that there's like most people in his position don't want to do those sort of things. No, they don't want to stick they don't want to stick their neck out for other people. They're interested in their own self-interest. But he's particularly interesting because he like I said, since he said he was a kid, he's had these ideas, and it's kind of like these things that roll around his brain. It's almost like he has to do it. He's forcing him.
If anybody's going to invent the goddamn hoverboard, it's going to be that guy.
Right.
But these other people, they don't. And what are they doing with their fucking money, man?
That's the thing. And this is where I want to tie back to the whole fucking money thing. People are putting their money ahead of their fucking things. They're not thinking about the greater good, about fucking world experiences, about making the world a better place. They care about the bottom dollar. That's generally what everybody does. That's what I'm saying. So that's why I'm saying, that's why I like this exercise of, if money was not a fucking option, what would you be doing? Most people are going to start off with the whole, I'd buy this, I'd buy that, I'd do this, I'd do that. Nobody's really thinking, I would do this for humanity. I would be doing this for them. Right? That's what that's what I'm saying. So
would you build yourself? Would you hire Elon? Or would you task him and say, I will pay you $1 billion for you to build me a vehicle that rivals the Batmobile? Like a personal one-off vehicle only for you.
Yeah.
That you could drive. Yeah. That people would be like,
no. Hold on.
That fucking car. There goes Kevin.
No. I'd be his personal guinea pig. I'd be like, listen, Elon, I want to solve some of the world's wars. I want to get rid of these people's issues. Build me a fucking Iron Man suit. Let me go do the dirty grunt work. Let's put these fucking people out of power.
Okay, well, I don't think you can build a real Iron Man suit.
Listen.
See, the problem, I think you're saying about being someone needs to be Batman or being Iron Man.
No, I just the car.
No, I'm just saying
change the world.
Well, he was saying earlier he wanted to be
physically.
He said, why isn't there no billionaire becoming Batman? Or why is there no Iron Man? Well, I think it's because
change it.
No, I'm not saying change. I'm just saying my whole thing is that the reason that those are interesting things is because they have a villain who's very
you could very easily
who's on par with them. Yes. So basically, if you created the problem if you create a Batman or an Iron Man,
you would have to create the.
Well, I mean, essentially, that's what would happen. There'd be someone's going to come out of the woodwork and be like, "I'm going to be the villain," I guess.
Yeah, Vladimir Putin. That's right. Putin's probably going to fucking.
No, but that's countries versus countries. You would be an individual. So if you that's a good example, Kirk. Almost like a Bond situation where you would actually maybe be the villain, because you could say, what if I have 12 nuclear warheads
Yeah.
And I buy an island or island chain somewhere.
Yeah.
And I create subwater, underwater, a layer. I create a sprawling, situation on multiple islands.
Somewhere in Key Largo.
And it's guarded with several of my finest sex robots.
Yeah.
It's like sex robots.
Sharks with laser beams attached to their heads.
And big tits. Like huge big tits on these sharks.
Big tits on these
Fembots,
sharks.
baby. Fembots.
Robot sharks with lasers attached to their heads.
Yeah.
Hear me out though.
Okay.
This sounds okay, right? You've got nice property. You've got nukes. And you can turn around at this point and go to your best friend, Vlad, and say, listen.
Yeah.
You got to stop this nonsense.
Right.
America, you got to stop this nonsense.
Yeah, talk to
all
everybody.
these countries need to stop.
Get a sit down going, yeah.
Because there's a new game in town.
I become a nuclear deterrent. And I know that sounds like fucking Iron Man, but I don't want to become a nuclear deterrent. I want to physically actually eradicate certain things. Get rid of fucking all the nukes. Fucking round them up in a fucking big steel thing and toss them into the sun.
So Kevin has gone into fantasy land now.
Listen, man.
Proportions, thinking that he's going to pull a Superman 4. And he's
going
to literally
Quest
throw
for peace.
nukes
I would
into
go
a giant net and whip them into the sun.
I would go for a quest for peace. That would be, if I had $1 trillion, quest for peace. We're getting rid of all the fucking.
I think your quest is going to be $100 bill in a stripper's G-string.
There's a lot of things.
I think that's your quest.
I think a good movie would be like Kevin, who's like a bumbling spy, but he tries to steal everybody's
Johnny English.
Like he somehow breaks into all these like really classified like top secret areas to like dismantle their nuclear weapons, and he somehow does it.
Yeah, me and Tom Cruise.
Like you just sneak in. Yeah.
But no. I think for me, so a couple of things I would do is with the money that I have, the unlimited resources, is progress the human species through listen. I mean, the fact that we're living in a world where one end of the country is impoverished and fucked up, and the other one's living in sustenance, that's pretty fucked. Now, I'm not a communist. I'm not saying everybody, but there's got to be certain basic, like the fact that nobody has fucking drinking water. That's kind of fucked. So
there's technically enough resources on the planet,
but
like
they're not shared.
Food and whatever for everybody.
Shared.
Like food, space, everything, water.
Right.
There's enough. I was just listening to something about how there's like the trade thing with the United States and everybody else.
Yes.
They have like excess of like everything, like meat and stuff. It's just sitting around. It's going to go bad.
Yes.
But there's like at the same time, there's like and that meat basically in cheese is like they make way too fucking much of it.
Yeah.
Every year, at least they produce it. So it's like the excess of that could really be almost like a way to solve world hunger.
Yeah.
It's like pretty ridiculous.
Well, it's like grocery stores, right? Like they throw out a lot of their shit.
Yeah.
Like,
or also some stuff doesn't really make it to the grocery store. They'll be like that apple. It doesn't look very good.
No.
Ugly apples. Yeah. No. There's a whole thing about that.
The fact is, there's a lot of unevenness basically going around. What I'm saying is, I'd like to fucking equalize some shit.
That's called communism.
No. I'd like to give opportunities. So, like, what do you call it?
What kind of opportunities? To a starlet?
No, man. The whole fucking food situation, right? Like, maybe one place doesn't have enough food.
You know who else was a socialist? Hitler.
Oh, okay.
I'm just kidding.
There we go.
I'm just kidding. No, it's good that you
I'm
want to help people.
And yeah, I agree with you in certain things where the food chain needs to be looked at. Healthcare where?
How the fuck are we living in a world where cancer still fucking exists?
Right, but that means you need to figure that out. You need to talk to the brightest minds in the medical research
and throw a shitload of money at them.
To be like, where are we at? Because that's one thing.
Yeah.
I don't know where we're at.
That's the thing.
Like, are we at a point where we can think about, thinking this could happen? Or are we, we don't have any fucking clue?
I think we're doing okay. Like most cancer now is like the easier ones, or that you can just get rid of that.
I think actually what you need to do is you need to get into the pharmaceutical game, because these pharmaceutical prices that they charge the sick to possibly cure an illness is obscene, and people can't actually afford to cure a disease that
Nope.
might kill them because they can't afford it.
I know what you can do.
I'm not going.
No,
to
you can do, Kevin.
Nope.
I got a great idea because you have unlimited resources and
Yes.
everyone is poor. But what do people have a lot of nowadays that makes them poor?
Blood.
Debt.
Oh,
you
debt.
you
Never
take
the world debt.
you absorb everybody's debt. You're like, come at me with your bills. I'll
No, but
pay
then-
your phone
no,
bill.
no.
I'll pay your phone bill, your credit card.
Because
You-
then he would burn
you-
through all his money.
then you're just like unlimited, man. You
No,
just
no,
clear
no,
everybody's
no, no,
money.
no,
No,
because you
that's
don't
like-
teach reliance. People who dig themselves into debt don't
It's like,
learn.
what do you think Jesus did?
They don't learn.
He died.
Took away the shit. No. Okay, hold on. Let's rewind this shit and let's fix
He
everything.
died
from
for
the
Not
beginning.
a fish and squish some grapes. The
Genetic predetermined screening, and let's eradicate these things from the start.
so you're talking all your stuff is technology, like,
Technology based and science
but
based.
things that we possibly don't have a foreseeable conclusion to.
No, they've done research into these things. We've talked about this before. They've done research. There's these new genetic developments where we can now screen out certain diseases before they're even developed in a human being. You and a wife go in. You're like, hey, listen, we want to have a kid.
I understand
In my dad has a history of heart disease. His dad has a history of fucking back shit. Is there anything we can do? The doctor says, yeah, we're gonna move a couple of chromosomes around. Hey, you know what? While we're in there,
And the doctor comes back in with a fucking knife, and he's, what are you doing with the knife?
You never
I'm
want
gonna
to
cut your balls off.
You
so
never
don't
want
have
a
that kid.
duplicate of the 26th chromosome
yeah,
because that makes you
retarded.
retarded. No, I mean, yeah, Down syndrome. Yeah. I was gonna say I had a similar thing at the doctor because he was saying in future generations you have a very like a high chance risk of this disorder being passed down to your son or daughter. And I was like, "What is it, doctor?" And he said, "Oh, it's your fucking red hair."
Oh, okay.
No, and I'm like, "Thanks, man."
No.
Your
What I'm saying
disorder.
is, I just don't understand. Like, I guess cost and all that stuff.
So it sounds though that you don't actually know what you would do, other than the fact that you would live lavish.
You call up Elon Musk
You would
and be like,
probably buy hot cars. You probably have some really nice motorcycles, classics. You'd probably be classics.
Yeah.
You probably have your own plane.
Yeah.
You'd probably do world tours, and you'd probably travel around and possibly get into some entertainment.
Yes. Yeah.
And consult with leaders in the medical field.
Yes.
Technology fields.
Yes.
And see what you could do with them potentially
But areas that I'm
to make some advancements.
But areas that I am interested in, because I don't give a fuck about politics.
No, but I'm saying
I don't give
you
a fuck
don't
about
have
politics.
a definitive.
Yeah, I do have a definitive. Yeah, I do have a definitive. I care about human health and progression, and I believe right now we're like, look how many people get sick because of pollution. But if you can genetically,
No, but these are broad strokes, man. Like,
no, it isn't. You make a better human being. You need to make people better.
okay, this
That is
not,
possible.
Even if
you haven't
met-
seen the science.
Even if
you haven't read the
met
fucking
with
articles.
scientists
Oh
to
my God.
implement that worldwide
"Did you ever see the movie Gattaca?"
is not something you're going to be able to do.
Yeah.
Didn't end up so good for. I guess Ethan Hawke ended up in space at the end, but
I think you need to set your sights a little lower.
Okay, colonization of Mars, but here's the thing. I don't want us to go to fucking Mars and fuck up that planet in a few thousand years. We need to be better by the time we get there.
yeah. I don't want to get too heavy, but I want to go on a light note here.
Yes.
But like, I just kind of think all this stuff Kevin's doing, the perfect thing that would be amazing is if Kevin had like the most awesome reality show. Like that everybody in the world watch.
Well, yeah, you just have one
Like
of
you
his
just
people
like
would just be
Truman
filming
Show.
him all
It's
the
like
time.
it's like the Truman Show, but like you're in a show. Like it's just like you going like today we're gonna save Africa,
I'd be fucking down for that. I'd fucking
and everyone's
I'd be down
watching
for
in like
that.
Times Square like on a big fucking.
Well, you could do
TV.
documentaries. Like I think that you hire Michael Moore up.
No,
Be
there's
like,
certain-
I need you to make a documentary about me trying to get this done.
Yeah.
So if it works, great. We change the world. If it doesn't, we can expose the reasons and corruption
Yes.
why it won't.
Yeah, more guys like
So
that.
you know,
More guys
I
like
respect that. But
No, no.
like, well, you don't set your sights. Like neither of you guys. Like the first thing I would do is I'd be buying one of the fucking sports teams.
that.
You know what I mean?
That's no.
I'd only want
You're
the,
building
I'd
some
only
sort
want
of
the
a
Maple
weird
Leafs.
RV, right? But you could do it because you could just buy Rogers.
Nah, I'm okay. The Rogers own the Maple Leafs too. Or no,
it's Bell. There's three of them.
It's
but
Bell.
I'm saying
because it used to be the teachers' union. Now
with
it's
that kind of money, I would buy a sports team, maybe the baseball team, whatever. That's just I'm not even talking. That's what.
Yeah, because you enjoy it.
I'm saying that would just be fun. That would be like my thing.
I would go to a lot of games in my train.
But this is our mandate: win championships. Now I'm leaving. Win championships. You know what I mean? And then
Are you stacking your team with like the best players?
Of course I am.
I figured.
I'm doing all that nonsense. Mr. Moneybags, don't worry. $200 million payroll. Let's go.
Yeah. It's like why is Carey Price signing for $1 million a year? Just giving him like a bunch of money. The
NHL is a bit different because they have the cap, and then you have to get into cap, and But baseball, there's no salary cap, luxury tax.
I think it's if you were an owner and you're really rich, I feel like you'd be like the guy who's like, hey, Carey Price, there's a big dump truck full of money outside your house.
I'd be personal.
That's like a signing bonus.
I'm a personal owner for sure. I'm flying with that person.
Like everyone wants to sign with you because they know you're getting a little off the truck,
And I'm like, championships. My offer, 4 dump trucks.
Okay,
a lot of money.
Murray, just because I kind of want to wrap it up, but like for you, besides owning a sports team, because like listen, I think with me and Kirk, we've kind of settled the things that we ultimately want to experience, things we enjoy in life. I enjoy the cars, the locales, the girls, the whatever. These are the things I would enjoy. Kirk obviously would enjoy traveling in a very safe vehicle.
I like a self-contained
vehicle
where I live, and
but still experience stuff. I obviously sports, is something you enjoy. But what are some things you would do with the money? Like I mean, obviously, we already know you take care of your family, take care of thing. But what are some things you would enjoy?
No, I'd heavily donate to certain research or causes or
but stuff that you personally programs. Have a hands on, or are you just going to randomly give, like, would you just randomly give money to the Heart and Stroke Foundation and not even figure out where they're actually putting that money? Because see, that's my issue with billionaires and stuff. They just give money, but dude, how many times does the money end up in the fucking pockets of a doctor?
That much cash, I'd want to go talk to like the researchers. Like I'd want to be like, where are we at? What do you need? Is it equipment? Do you need a new facility plus money? Like what do you need?
Yeah.
Like what makes you work more efficiently? Is it more
but I'd also,
scientists?
I'd want to learn too. Like I'd want to, here's the thing. I would have a doctor, and then I would have a person to translate it to me.
I don't want to do the research myself.
No, I'd have a layman trying to explain it to me. Like I'd have a fucking, maybe Elon Musk. I'd fucking hang around with him and be like, Elon, what's this guy mumbling about? And he'd be like, oh, well, hey, buddy, he'd break it down to terms.
You think Elon will work for you?
No, we'd be buddies because we'd both be into, like, he's progressing. Like he's working on his fucking programs. He's working on fucking space travel.
So he'd be like, Kevin, I respect you so much.
I'm
working on my things, but I'm like, listen, buddy, I'll throw something.
I don't need Elon to be friends with me. I would love it if he would meet with me if I had that kind of money to be like, Elon, where you at?
I just want to spit some ideas
because
with him.
I'm with you on it. I'd like to invest with you on this. Like, are you telling me this is a reality? What like, are your resources there? Can I invest in your company in a way that I can give you other resources that you need? Like, where's your time? How can I help?
Right.
Can I help you? I would do these things, but I mean,
okay,
that wouldn't be like, that's something everybody should do. Like, because you can't, there's things you got to target, but beyond that, I'd be like, try to make things fun and comfortable, school, you know what I mean? Is it legal? Can I open up my own school?
Yeah, probably.
A school for the gifted,
mutated
ones?
Exactly. And Elon can build my fucking jet that comes out of the ground. I'm saying, can I do that? Can I offer free education? Can I do that? Can I be the guy that's like, I want to open up, this school here, and here.
I personally,
I will pay and get people, other backers and everything. And you'd have to generate some money somehow. I don't know.
But what if you do like the whole idea of like how,
like
the problem with most political systems? The problem with most political systems now is that like the wrong people with the most money lobby for things that almost the public wouldn't want.
Yeah.
So, like, what if you were the guy who like counteracted that? And you're like, I'm gonna lobby more with my money for good shit, like for hospitals, for free education, and basically people are like, things are changing really fast, and you're just like, yeah, buddy.
Well, that's part of it, right? You got politically driven,
like you're just influencing everything in the
that
right way.
Would be your influence. Is that if you came with that, like the education system would have to, something would have to happen. Mm-hmm. If you started poaching some of the best professors and teachers in the world or even wherever to be like, this is what my mission is. I want to teach these people, and I'm going to open up 5 campuses, across the country or whatever, and we can house this many students, and then the deal, I don't know if it's like, once you graduate, I get 1% of your income for however long. So you do pay something.
Yeah, it's like a think tank then, kind of like, or what's the word thing from?
So much. I'll pay
Silicon
for your
Valley?
education.
Silicon Valley.
Yeah, I'll pay for your education, and then after you're done, not like a
Incubator
government
house.
loan, like a government loan, different, a little bit different.
So,
but I would get into many different things. But yeah, sports teams and shit like that.
Okay, look, so we all have our own little personal things we'd enjoy that we, obviously money we want. I just want to get one closing statement of, if you're going to invest in one thing to make the world a better place and money is not an issue, what are you going for? Kirk, what's the one area you're investing in to make the world a better place? And you can say the United Negro Fund if you want.
What did you just say?
No. But what's the one area that you personally think that, this is somewhere I'm passionate about. I believe this is what will make the world a better place.
Pay the cast of Seinfeld.
I think just eliminating the idea of currency would help everything, because then that's the problems mostly in the world we have with people, at least, is this: too many people have all the money. If you just remove the idea of money and just like a trade-based economy where everyone has, I'm just saying you eliminated that and just see where you go, like the Star Trek stuff, like where like we have credits and like,
why not just buy the rights to Star Trek?
Oh, I could do that.
Make your own.
So you're
shit.
saying, would you be eliminate? Are you more into elimination of debt, or are you more into what's that called?
Like
income?
There's just no currency.
There's no currency.
So there's no global currencies at all. There's just
so how do I buy a Ferrari? How do I get a Ferrari?
I don't know yet. Okay. I'm just saying that would be
a great thought.
It's nice.
It'd be basically based on like merit. So you'd have to be like, what you do, is it worth in life? Is it worth a Ferrari at that point?
That's where.
But then the idea is, because it's like, and then it encourages this sort of economy encourages only having what you need and making sure other people are taken care of. So you're saying how it's going to better humanity. That idea does that. So your Ferrari doesn't better humanity by you having that. It's more of the greater good, is all I'm saying. This has been Kirk.
Okay, I get it. Personally, I wouldn't want to live in that, because then there'd be a lot of people.
But you're not going to have a Ferrari in this reality either. So
maybe you never know.
Maybe. But okay, so Murray, what's the one area, if money wasn't an issue, that you would like to invest in to make the world a better place? What's the one, like, I'm going to go, like, this is what I'm putting my money behind, and I know that years from now, or even short term or whatever, the world is going to be a better place?
It's very hard to pick one. You can't, like, I can't.
No, just your favorite one. Your favorite one.
It's not. I have like my own.
I know
like,
you
politics,
project. Education. I get it, but
no, not really politics, because politicians are, yeah, like education, man. It's up there. Like that would rival healthcare. Like health research. But at the same time, space exploration.
Okay.
NASA. I'm pretty sure NASA would love to have an angel investor.
Yeah.
That shows up and drops. And it's like, hey, what can you do with $5 billion?
Right.
Can you do anything? I know that's not a whole lot.
Millennium Falcon.
But can you do something with that? Like, what if can we do something? Like, can we work on this? Or like, if it's unlimited resources, I would just start funding NASA.
Yeah.
And if there's some sort of weird American government policy that's like, you can't, which is why Elon's out there, but he won't team up with me. you got to hire people and you got to try to get Elon, whatever, space exploration.
Space, okay.
Probably very high on the radar.
Right.
But health and education would be up there too. I can't.
For me, it would be.
It's all about the kids, my friend.
No, I get. Yeah, for me, but for me, it's about making the next generation better, and that would be through
bigger, stronger, faster.
Research through genetic.
Every
not education.
Kevin's saying every child.
Not modification.
Every child.
Education.
No.
Every child should have a rock gym, or the gym of the rock. No. They give it to every kid.
One gym comes with a cloned rock.
And he works out with you every day. It makes you stronger and happier and fitter and better.
That's not working now. You learn to fucking do that. No. My thing is, what do you call it? And I've read these articles and I've heard about them. They're working on like, if you think about it, humans are very fucking fragile. We live for a very short span of life, 70 years, which if you think of the grand scheme of fucking thing, that's pretty short.
I mean, like in comparison to other things, we live pretty long though.
But in the grand scheme of life,
other mammals was
and life, it's very short. And not only that, but we are very fragile.
Would you rather be like a giant sea turtle? Because they can live to like what, 200, 250?
I guess it's like 100 and something, right? No, I'm just.
No, I think
the problem for humanity to have a long span is that in the last 70, 80 years, the span of my grandpa being alive, the Earth went from not so bad to being in a fucking toilet. So do you want more people to live longer and then live more people? And it's like that Jerry Seinfeld show.
So people have it in their minds because they know when the time was shit, and then they can realize, oh, hey, we're going into another shithole. It's
going to mean if people live longer, the chances of more people goes up exponentially as well.
The world is actually not a raging shithole. It's actually very... Well, I mean, we got to a point where, the threat is there.
I think it's heading there. It's getting pretty...
I mean, we're living in the most peaceful times. Surprisingly, when you think about mass conflicts, healthcare has never been better. Dental care has never been better.
Yes.
There's no wars
Education's never been better.
There's a lot of wars.
There's no wars going on in our hemisphere.
Yeah.
Northern and southern.
Okay.
And then South America and North America.
Well, there's a lot of weird shit.
There's stuff happening, but there's no current wars.
You don't have mass conflict the same way as you did. I mean, it'll come, I'm sure, but yeah.
You ever heard of Chirac?
We're living in a more peaceful time than ever.
Yeah.
So we can't say it's one big shithole, but I agree with Kirk, in the way that, or Kevin, where. I agree with both of you, but I completely disagree.
If Elon Musk could live to fucking 500 years old, you're trying to tell me that a guy like that is not going to make major changes in that lifespan?
Here's the thing. I think that the richest people in the world
it's not about
have looked into health and prolonging life.
They have. You ever heard
of
a guy named
Walt Disney?
Who's that Jew?
They are unable to do that.
The rich Jew.
They are unable to do
Walt Disney? Walt Disney's head's frozen somewhere.
No, the fucking
Walt Disney froze his head.
You know what? Yeah, it paid to freeze.
He owns all the banks in the world. What's his name? Fucking
the rich. Does this call him the rich Jew?
Oh fuck! What's his name?
Is he alive?
Yeah, he's still alive. He's almost 100 years old.
Warren Buffett?
No. He's a cool dude. It's the
the
Schleichtenbergs or something. The fucking fuck, man. He's like a rich Jewish family. They control most of the world's wealth.
Oh, I know you're talking.
The Rothschilds.
Oh, the Rothschilds.
Yeah. Dude, they're all fucking.
What did you call them? The Schlachenbergs?
Schlachenbergs. I don't know. I tried to pick a Jew name, but
we're getting a little heavy with the Jew stuff here.
I don't know what his problem.
I got Jewish cousins. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry
about it. I don't give a fuck about these fucking politics and names and whatever.
What's your point?
What I'm saying is, look at that guy. They're prolonging their life. He's gone through so many fucking hard. The rich are working.
He's going through surgeries. If he has a problem,
because that's what the technology is now.
My point is, first of all, he can afford to get medication. If they say you need to take 2 of these pills twice a day, but a bottle of these pills is very, very hard to manufacture, and a bottle costs $1,200. He's getting it. You with the exact same illness in the exact same state or country as this asshole, you're not getting it.
Yep.
Do you have to take the cheaper version, and chances are you're not making it.
Yep.
To that age, you're not getting there.
They all use that.
I said pharmaceuticals, because you can then provide health care, prolonging life to people.
I want to eradicate
Just imagine if
pharmaceuticals
everybody saves their
Eradicate
foreskin.
pharmaceuticals
and make the human genome repair
That's
itself.
who you would have to work with.
No, they work with fucking doctors who know human biology
People would
to
have to
make
take
humans
pills.
better. No, the human body can repair itself.
How?
There's fucking what do you call it? There's
the dick
Without
cream.
taking pills?
yeah, there's
All right. Kevin.
there is. You guys don't know the science. You got to read it up there.
Even if you have surgery to have this happen to
my
you,
God,
you
you
would
guys-
take pills to get better.
pills are not the answer to the world's
I don't
problems.
think it's like Kevin's not explaining this, but he's like, you guys don't know this the science.
No, you're right.
Regeneration, human regeneration. Have you looked into it? Do you know anything about it?
Well, the idea is that we're in an age right now where they're saying like it's possible people could start living to we're in the generation where someone could live to 180.
Yes.
But a lot of it's like
I'm not even talking about age right now. I'm just talking about
I
health.
think they said that, like, the future generations have an outside chance at 110 or 100 will be the new 80. You know what I mean?
Where there's a lot of
more hit that milestone.
There's a lot of multiple factors that go with that. So there's like you eradicate further cancer or diseases, but
Yes.
also like we're talking about like bionics. Like people can have like they can make a heart in a jar in a lab now. So they can basically, instead of using a transplant, they could grow you a heart with your DNA. Or like they take like what's the stuff or the stem cell research. Basically,
stem cell infusions.
They start using stem cells, and that can maybe
talking about.
that could do certain things, but that's still limited to a certain extent.
Of
So if you
course.
take all these things together, then
Yes.
maybe you have a shot at like living to like that old. But like
it's not even about living
but then-
old. It's about living a quality of life.
I want to say, you know what I'm saying, though, right?
Yeah,
like,
I know,
it's just
I
like
get it.
that's gonna like change how people like age. Because I mean, at a certain point, you're never gonna like you can never slow down the aging process. You can only kind of like help here and there. People are still going to be on the path to death, you know?
Of course.
So it's like...
But on a smaller scale, somebody that's diabetic,
Okay.
right? Somebody that's diabetic that, that shit's expensive.
Of course.
You know, all the shit to monitor them and the injections or pills or whatever it takes is expensive for people that don't have a lot of money, and they might have it. Type 1, type 2, whatever. You could make a difference in a lot of people's lives, and they would live longer, right? If they could afford to get the proper medication or the proper tools to monitor themselves. And I'm talking that's just like one little pocket of
for short term
of somebody having a problem.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a lot of people can't, which means they have to use cheaper equipment, cheaper stuff.
outdated stuff. Yeah.
Outdated stuff, technology, old technology, where if you got involved in providing that makes a difference. And that's what I'm talking about. I'm not just talking about pills, pharmaceuticals. I'm talking about the healthcare game. You know what I mean? I'm not saying open up a hospital. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying I want to treat patients on my spare time, become a doctor. I'm saying if you can handle if all the doctors start prescribing pills from your company at cost, even below cost, if you can take a hit, to technology companies that can provide better technology for a pacemaker, for somebody with a bad heart, because you're saying, well, genetics, but we're not there yet. So until we get there, people,
in the meantime,
we still have to get there.
Okay, I agree with you. Yes,
this guy invest in that, and this guy can have a better pacemaker, and they can have, pills that, like that asshole in the States that charged like $10,000. What did he do? He raised the price of pills for the drug.
Oh, Martin Shkreli, yeah, it was
biggest asshole fuckface going around.
He was an executive for some pharmaceutical company.
No, yeah, and he realized, people will pay for a fucking drug that people fucking need to live.
Yeah,
and what did he jack it from
crazy
$40 to
went from
$180?
No, it went to like $1,000.
Because he's like, people are gonna fucking pay.
And his thing was like, well, similar life-saving drugs are also in the same kind of like
and that's
category.
my problem.
And that's what they don't look at the people. They're looking at like, well, a similar drug in this category, life-saving.
And that's a profit-driven thing where you can make a difference, and those people will live longer.
Yeah.
This is what you want, man. This is making a difference.
Can I say something? I think the one thing that would be a huge difference is that like obesity right now is like the number one thing. Mm-hmm. Now it's like it's overtaken everything because it has an effect on like your liver, your kidney, your like basically your
Development in general.
your direct DNA. It like gives you people cancer, like all this stuff.
Yes.
And diabetes.
Yep.
And it's like the one thing because there's something in our food system that just isn't right.
It's called sugar.
Sugar, but there's the way they process sugar. It's like the corn syrup stuff, right? Because it's like it's technically your body doesn't break that down properly. That's why people get fat and they can't change their life because it's like the way like it works with your body, and it's like a total fucked up thing if you look into all that sort of stuff. But I mean, that would be a big thing. Like if like someone changed the food system, how we eat,
they're slowly working,
or the way
on that,
that people are. But like, it's almost like
there's stuff. How are you gonna change it?
I'm just saying that like if that's an idea to like it's like I think like just to get people to like think differently about eating or just to like whatever, and then because then you've eliminated if you can fix obesity and get it back to like a normal like 1950 60 state where like maybe a smaller like way smaller portion of people are obese, then you're gonna have like way less people getting sick because that's like why most people are sick right now.
Yeah, of course.
Why people are on dialysis, why people have heart attacks, why do people have type 2 diabetes that shouldn't have diabetes,
Exactly. But
because all that stuff's reversible if you're not fat.
And these are all things that you would have to meet with the brightest minds to identify what is it that's causing this issue, and is it possible to prevent it through technology, medication, or is it from the source? Or is there something we can do to the source food, or the processing of the food or whatever? And if they're like, yes, it's this or that, like we believe it's this.
Yeah.
You can then invest in that, and you can be like, well, this is the thing. But until that happens, what are you going to do? You got to be like the people who have these diseases and illnesses, support them to the best of your ability and dump money into the prevention or the cure, right?
Yeah. Anyway,
also buy the Maple Leafs. Make a fucking movie.
I would want to be friends with John Tavares.
You're going to drive around in your fucking automobile. He's going to be driving around in his Batmobile.
Everything, yes.
And he's
what if I become his villain?
Maybe that's what happens. That's how good villains start, But I think that's look. We talked a lot about stuff with money and all that stuff. And
here's a quick question.
Yes.
Just because I think we're going to wrap it up.
Yes.
For both of you.
Yes.
Speaking about money,
yes.
If you guys found a wallet, on the street, and it had money in it, what are you gonna do?
I would try to see if anybody around it belongs to, and if not, pocket that shit.
So what I do, I check the license, name, address, then I look them on Facebook, and then I judge them from there to see what kind of person I think they're like, and if I like what I see, then I give the money in the wallet back. If I don't like what I see, I commit identity theft and take all that money. Right. I decide based on.
So you're gonna judge them, and then you're gonna take the money if you think they're not good.
I mean, there's a low chance of that happening because people put their best self online.
It's way too much work.
And you're saying it's done.
It's
like you'll be like, hey, no, that's not you. So you're gonna look around in your
be like, hey, because you never know, maybe you're on camera, but look around, see who's around. If not, take the cash. But you know what? The person might still need the wallet and IDs. Put that in the mailbox because the ID is there, and then
okay. See, I agree with you. That's my thing. You lose your wallet, I'll look around. If you're not right there, sitting on a bench eating an ice cream cone or whatever, I'm probably taking the money out, but I will deposit it into the mailbox because I know it's a bitch to get all that stuff.
Yeah.
However, I look at it that is whatever's in your wallet. If it's cash, that's the fee for me returning your wallet. Everything else.
Yeah.
And you know what? If I had anything in my wallet, that's the fee that I expect. If I had $50 in my wallet and I lose my wallet, take the money, put it in a mailbox.
Okay. Anyways.
I'd probably find the closest waterfall and grab a
listen.
big glass of water.
Listen. I'm gonna wrap it up.
Maybe have a nice long.
This is the other guy.
Listen,
Kurt, shut the fuck up right now. I need to go take a piss. This is the other guy's podcast. Let us know about what your thoughts on the sex robots and all that shit, and also what you would do to make the world a better place.